Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to ozfortress Season 23, the Intermediate Semifinals. Tonight, we'll be bringing you ad hominem versus sskaz. Going to be a very, very entertaining match tonight. Tonight, we'll be joined by myself, GBJ, with my casting friend, Ghost.
Hello, people.
And we've also got Left on production tonight, handling all the fancy-dancy sort of stuff. So, good match coming up tonight. It's definitely going to be something important for the end of this season. Why don't you run us through one of the rosters?
So I'm going to run through skaz's roster. So the roster goes as Zylife and Sick Day on Scouts. Roma will be Alt. Pocket Coden. Tricker Demo and Skaz Med. Seo, who used to be their Demo, unfortunately can't make it. So as a result, Tricker will be taking that role and Coden will be standing in to play the Pocket role. And you, I assume, will do ad hominem attack, George?
Yeah, just before we go on to that one, though, it's worth mentioning that because they're playing with a sub, it's always something frustrating to deal with, especially for something like a semi-final at that IM level. When you're playing with a sub, it's definitely detrimental. So I hope that doesn't impact them too much.
Definitely. Anyway, yeah, let's listen to the ad hominem attack roster. George.
So on ad hominem for both scouts, we have Sporks and Sage. Roma is going to be Samson. Pocket is going to be Delphinoid. Signed will be the Demo, and Keller will be the Medic. Definitely a really strong lineup. There are some big names on that list.
Definitely, really strong. So the maps we got for today will be Logjam, and then I forgot. Logjam, Process, and Sunshine, and Sunshine being the decider. So this is going to be interesting, though. I wasn't expecting a Logjam first pick. I was expecting more of one of your traditional Badlands Gully Wash product kind of maps, but
Yeah,
seeing Logjam get thrown in there is interesting and could be interesting to see what they can do with it. Definitely.
It's great. It's great seeing these new maps outside of the ozfortress trifecta, you know, like you said, like Snakewater, Gully Wash, those default maps. Logjam on a semi-finals, the first map is just great. It's, obviously, that one's been picked by ad hominem.
Definitely.
So hopefully they'll be the stronger team coming into this on this map. It might kind of hint towards. Obviously, this is the first time we've played this map for its ozfortress season. Both teams have obviously had a lot of exposure to it, but I mean, before this map was in, I doubt many teams, if any, had any practice on it whatsoever. So maybe the fact that ad hominem picks that maybe means they've scrimmed on this map more, or they have more experience with it, or they think they have more experience with it than their opposers.
In my opinion, I think it's definitely a gamble map, considering it's a really new map. It's like you don't know what to expect. So whoever picked this map, which I believe was ad hominem, correct, George?
Yes, it was.
Yes. So with them picking this map, it's definitely either they have something installed for this map, they've been scrimming this map, or it's a complete gamble and they want to see where it leads them and hope it doesn't screw them over and potentially have to force map 3 to win the series, obviously. But otherwise, this is going to be interesting. I haven't seen this map played before. I've played it personally myself, but that was when it's like first came out and had mixed reviews, however. But it's going to be interesting to see what both teams can produce on this map in this semi-final.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, very important match. And mentioning it once again, Logjam for the first map on a semi-final is going to be an incredibly entertaining map to watch. And of course, we are going to go to the default process straight afterwards, something everyone knows. And it's definitely a real true test of skill for both teams. So the one that comes out on top on that one, that's definitely going to say a lot about the semi-finals and definitely the upcoming finals for the end of the season.
So for people who don't know, this is a best of 3. So how this will work is simply first team to win 2 maps wins a series. So possible scorelines can be 2-0 or 2-1. Just for letting those people out there who don't know what best of 3 means. And right now on the server, I believe ad hominem attack, I've called it ready. We're just waiting on Skaz and Co to ready up.
Definitely getting quite excited for this Logjam match. I haven't actually seen much competitive action on this map. I want to see how it's developed over time, how ozfortress players have put their own spin on the tactics and how it actually works, develop their own ways for winning the map. And I think even you could say that Process is a good test of skill because obviously everyone's played a crap load on that map. But I mean, Logjam could definitely be a test of how players are able to adapt their own and like new strategies for something they're just not used to. That's definitely a different kind of skill test.
Definitely. And again, I think from memory, I've seen in the ozfortress Discord or people talking about Logjam, the map's based off a 3-lane kind of approach. So you got 3 alleyways to go to mid, essentially. So you got, like, you know, your mid and then left, right alleyways you can approach the mid from what I've seen on this map. So it's quite interesting, the design of it, I have to say.
Yeah, definitely. There are other 3-lane maps out there on TF2, but I don't think any are designed in the same way as this map is. Like, it's the only real open part is mid. I mean, if you even look at it now, like mid is just very open. Second's still open, definitely. There's obviously that high point, but it's definitely not as open as we've seen on other maps. And there's actually another thing is the terrain is actually pretty basic. There's like little dips and lows, but it's a pretty flat map if you look at just the terrain. Whereas, like, you see things like Snakewater, which is full of like natural high ground from hills. Like, the midpoint is up on a high point technically, even though it's not that high.
I'm really curious to see what off classes we can have on this map, especially Sniper. I've never actually seen Sniper play on this before. I'm not sure if it's the best, but considering if you look at mid, there is barely any cover on mid. So if a Sniper wanted to go for hero shot, it definitely is doable.
Those sightlines are something worth mentioning, because if you even, like I said, if you just look at the map now, you can see just for yourself huge sniper sightlines that cover massive distances. And if you've got a good enough sniper to lock down areas like that, then you can easily win a map. I just like you were saying in the ozfortress Discord, people were discussing that sniper is, in some cases, you've got to run a sniper. If the other team has a really good sniper, they can just control the entirety of the map because of these massive open sightlines. It was definitely a piece of feedback passed on to Heist, the map banker, when he asked for it. But I love watching high level snipers, and when they're enabled on maps like this, it's truly something great to see.
What do you think the scoreline for this first map would be, George, for the teams? Who do you think would take it?
I genuinely have no idea. On maps like Process, on Snakewater, where you see players, you know the players in each match. Like, we know players from ozfortress. But when you've got something like this, it's a real wild card. Like, you don't know what way it can go, no matter what the skill of what either team is. Yeah. Personally, I'm leaning towards sskaz winning this one, but I mean, hominem winning this one, sorry, but sskaz they could easily pull it out, especially on this map. Process is the same sort of idea. Like, if you've played Process enough, I don't know, both teams have, you just have little ways of being better than the other team.
Definitely. And I think in other ways, Logjam is, I'm assuming most ozfortress teams, I'm not sure if it's true, but I haven't paid attention to many of the people doing map bans, picks, and stuff, but I have a feeling Logjam, if they're unfamiliar or they absolutely hate this map, I have a feeling it could be like most teams of an insta kind of ban. Like, the map they don't want to touch, or they will touch if they're forced to. So yeah, kind of map. Well, I have a feeling Logjam is, but otherwise, regarding predictions for this map, I want to see a golden cap actually for this map, and I think it might. And as I say that, we are going to start on Logjam, and we can start. George, you want to take us to the first mid?
Yeah, let's do it. We're going to see these players rolling out like they always do on every single TF2 map. Jam's a new rollout for every player to learn, so you're probably going to see some sort of variation. We do see the red demo making it there much faster. Not going to get too much done because there's so much cover in the way of the opposite mid, but the fights are now happening. Both teams have caught up to the mid. Fire going all the way. Blue Soul just going to go straight into the demo, takes him down, and they've taken so much control of this mid already, and there's not really too much just yet. But they are going to get forced out just by pure DM. They're just going to get completely shut down. It's 2 scouts in a mid versus just 2 scouts without a mid. Go either way, but that mid's definitely going to be a huge advantage. One Boy Scout will go down. He's still alive. He's jumping between them, and he is going to get off eventually. So that first mid will go the way of sskaz.
Definitely. And that first pick by, I believe it was Samson on the demo, was really quick. And watching Signed as well push that left-hand side, trying to get as much damage on, probably hoping Samson will bomb damage. But as you can see, Blue now have 4 as a result of our setting up on last with Samson on the NG, and also we do have the sniper coming out on Sage here, so I'm gonna watch him, see if he can get anything done. He's peeking in the main lobby, see if he can get anything done with it, but unfortunately has to back out and is getting back in the spawn, most likely to switch onto the Pyro class. So this isn't actually a bad hold for Blue, and they potentially could actually get Uber here. I don't know if Red know.
They have the Sentry up as well. Sentry and a Pyro is really something difficult to deal with. And now they are going to have Uber, and the Uber's going to get popped actually. They're going to try and walk straight in. Sentry goes down almost straight away. We haven't seen that pop quite yet. Just as they say that, though, it does get taken out. Uber's popped. They're trying to push them back, and they've stopped the push because there's just really no one from Skaz there. But they managed to get on the point anyway. Cap time is ridiculous.
It's like Badlands last. That cap time is really quickly, so teams have to be aware for that. Anyway, I'm gonna go watch Tricker now do the rollout to mid. And again, Tricker did get to mid before Sign, however he came in with not much health. But as you can see now, Tricker spamming, getting some damage across mid there, so you can get anything with it. At the same time, Sign is doing the same, getting some massive damage onto the demo there, getting tagged down really low there. Tricker tagged down heavily. And Samson going down on the point there. Spam on the right hand side there. But again, looks like sskaz has taken the mid and forcing the hominem attack out. However, both teams having the med survivor with 60 HP. And Uber's situation will be even. As you can see, Red is pushing forward.
Red Soldier trying to go in there. That's Alt trying to take him down. And the Soldiers there to back him up. They aren't quite able to take down the mid. He will achieve full Uber. And now we will see the Uber actually get popped right now out of Ad Hominem. Reply comes out too as well from Skaz. Uber exchange happening right now. Not too much going on as a result. Grab some sort of control of points. He goes down trying to recap that Spire, but control's definitely been taken quite well from Skaz here. It's just a demo on the mid, and they're going to have to get out because, like I said, Skaz got full control of that entire second point.
Definitely. It was a very easy fight. Once both teams got Ubers, I think they just want to commit and see if they get anything done. But I think it looks like Skaz is here. It's just going to run onto point. But looks at things, both Sick Day and the Soldier there last, but both taken down there, which means Skaz has to give up this last push and simply hold and just wait for the Uber. And right now, Ubers are even again, so it will be another stalemate situation. And I think here, just simply just going to park the bus on last and hope for the best by looks of things.
Which is a fair enough strategy. You see it a lot. First time I've seen it on Logjam, but it doesn't exactly make for the most exciting of times. Players just obviously setting up for this defense if a push is made from either team. Sniper is out too as well. It's going to be Sporks.
Sniping. This is interesting. I haven't seen him snipe before in a while. Let's see what he can get done. I'm curious on what sightlines he's using. And before, I think I just saw Red. I'm also seeing Inspect, but I did ask him to leave. But again, Sporks just sitting here.
Absolutely denied. Oh, will get absolutely slapped down by Sage. And definitely just rocket at the same time, so he's not going to get anything done to start any kind of push. Sporks has pushed up. He's getting locked out by two players, though. He's going to go down. It's not going to trigger a push just yet. Not quite enough to go on from Skaz right now. Ad Hominem managed to live to fight another day on this last point.
Both teams did trade theirs, and again, looks like I think we're seeing a sniper switch. So Sage is now opting to do the sniping, and I assume Sporks will be going back to the scout. Indeed he is. So Sporks is on the scout. Sage going for a quick does dink the demo there. I'm not sure if he saw the stickies, and he just got 8 stickies launched under his feet, and thank God the demo did not dead. Sage again going for a peek, and does miss a shot on ult there. And looks like he wants to get aggressive here with his sniper, see if he can get anything done with it in this upper lobby area. Unfortunately, can't get much done. He's holding the scope again. See if he can, does tag Coden, and unfortunately can't get much done. And again, it's just simple. Both teams just holding the Uber. Tricker does get dinged, however, he's got the beam on him, so it's completely fine.
Yeah, you can see him locking out that mid, though, from getting anywhere near this last point. Like, the Ubers are even. Someone needs to do something, but the mid is not giving anything for Sage to work with. The demo was peaking, but he needs a fully charged shot to take down that pocketed demo. Once again, no one's peeking anything, so Sage's sniper isn't really able to get too much done right now. He's going to spot a soldier, but even then, that soldier's buffed. They're not giving him anything to work with.
I just want to point something out here. Alt is running the conch. They might want to try use this in the push if they possibly can get it done. But again, Sage is still opting for the sniper. don't know if we might see it. Sage does get taken down there, and Sporks as well, so that's 2 down. So Red definitely can push this, but I think they are considering, by the things, looking for this top right push, and
Kogan goes down way too early on.
That must have misplayed there. Just the timing was off. He was trying to arrow some of those things, and yeah, Skaz have to give up this push. And actually, never. As I say that,
never mind.
On the recontest, Trigger really touching the point. That point capture was ridiculously quick. That Conch does get popped by ult, and so you're getting that does take down Scout there, and now it's just 2 alive, 3 with that soldier just spawning up. Ult still hasn't gone down yet. He's ridiculous.
There we go.
Nice shot, and it's just Skaz left, and he can't do.
No,
hold on a second. No. This is real.
Wow. Okay, that got turned around in a really big way towards the end there. But Skaz are going to take the second round here of this first match.
Really?
Not holding that one.
Really messy last push, I just have to say. Really messy.
But we're going to come to the mid. This is the time for the teams to have another chance to try things out, see if they can snap out a win here. Demos exchanging the early damage. No one really getting locked out of mid by the demos early on. At least so far, we get a massive double soldier bomb, kind of out of sync, and not too much is going to get done apart from a bit of a disconnect. Samson will go down though. 2 is down versus respect 1. Players still fighting on the point, but it looks like hominem have got very good control right now. There's 2 players lost on the side.
And we've actually just had a DC just then, so I'm feeling that Sayo is coming in, so I think we could be seeing a player swap here. So Tricker will be returning to that pocket role, and Sayo will be most likely playing a demo. I'm gonna assume so. Honestly, we'll stick with Sayo on demo on the pocket and Tricker on demo. But enough of that right now. So Gaz now have to park the bus on last, and looks like they're opting for an NG and heavy setup. However, the Ubers again are in the even state here, and Sporks here doing a bit of a into the lobby there, and my TF2 has crashed. So George, I'm gonna hand over to you real quick.
That's absolutely no problem because mine's actually crashed as well.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we're having some technical difficulties. I can't bring you. Okay, I think mine's come back in. Sorry, apologies for that. It's just a bit of a tricky alt tab. The players were going to be having the same sort of last hold, except this time we have the heavy and the NG brought out as well by Skaz. Heavy going to be holding on that left side, which is going to be the chosen spot for teams to hold.
I want to see a spy. I don't see a spy play.
Just do say that. We do have a spy. That's alt playing spy right now, trying to go for something a little bit sneaky. We'll see if he can get something done with it, because Ubers are even and no one's... Sage is actually up on Sniper 2 for this last push, so he might be the opener here. They're going to know that as soon as that spy grabs any sort of intel,
Spy's been changed off actually.
He has too. Yeah,
it was I think he was doing the thing, but here he's going for the wide peaks and getting it done. They unfortunately can't get anything done with that peak. Here, now going for the lobby peak, and again can't get anything, can't hit a shot there. So again, it's just simple. Let Sage get buff and go for wide shots. I think that looks like what he's trying to do with this sniper play by looks of things.
Sniper comes in for the pick. He isn't able to pick anything up. Misses the shot. Still haven't got that opening pick that hominem is looking for this last push. It's definitely going to be the deciding factor on whether or not they do start pushing. Engineer's gone away as well.
Ooh, sniper battle just happened there, and ult does get taken down by Sage. Just winning that. So it's just, I think it's just going to be sack simulator, unless I thought Ches was going for a little cheeky flank play there, but unfortunately not. Samson, my bad. But again, Ubers is still even, and ult is still going to opt to stay on that sniper, so I think he will challenge Sage on that sniper again, but does take down in the process about Sporks there, and not Sporks.
Xylife.
Xylife, my bad. So again, it's just even player trades. And
here we go though, but the Uber's been used by hominem. They just walk straight in and the exchange is going to start happening. Uber's actually not going to be very effective for hominem. They're going to lose a lot of ground. Sage is able to pick something up on the retreat, but not just yet. The medic peeks his head for half a second. 2 players will go down actually though for Skaz, and now hominem have got a chance to push back in. Player advantage. Are they able to take No, they haven't actually pushed all the way in. They're still trying to use their sniper. Scout's gone in for the cap. He's got half cap time already. Now it's up to the rest of Ad Hominem to finish it off. 3 players are going to get dropped by them. It's just the medic and a soldier left to defend this last point. Jump on the point, and it's about to as they finish off the last player. It's just a scout spawn. Ad Hominem are going to take their first round for this map, making it 1-2.
Good push, or very interesting push by them, taking the solo Uber. But now we actually have the full roster on Skaz's side, so let's see what they can do here. We're watching this Sayo demo now, going in for very mid with only 40 HP there, so got incredibly low, but now just getting some equal exchange of spam across mid there. Spamming stickies across, see him getting anything done here. I'm going to keep an eye on, I'm going to watch the soldier bombs here from Skaz, see if we can get down. But Soldier Bomb comes in from blue, does take down Zalife and Sayo there in the process, and it's both sides. Blue losing 2 in the process, and red losing 3, however, forcing Skaz to get out, and now losing another one being ult, leaving Tricker and Skaz up. However, at least they keep the med up, and the Ubers again will be in an even place.
So now we're going to see Ad Hominem on the attack for last again. Probably see that sniper coming up as well. Straight last time.
That was a big sticky there by Gary. I think it was a trap he just did. Took 2 out, Zalife and Tricker. I don't know if it was trap or just simple spam, but ult here up for heavy, and the Uber does get popped, and could have waited a little bit potentially to force out the red Uber, but I mean, if it works, it works. Looks like it hasn't actually done much there, however, it does take down 2, and as I say that, I think this Uber's actually worked out. Red
has it though, because Skaz's team is the respawns have come back in, and now they're taking a bit more control. Ad Hominem definitely have a player advantage. It's the one scout left.
That was a very fast push in my opinion. That was a very fast push. They could have possibly forced out the red Uber, maybe.
I think that was the idea. Just go in, just surprise them. They're not going to expect it whatsoever. Let's just go in. And it worked. It was messy, but it worked.
It worked, yeah, I must say.
Can't fault them if it works. So now we're going to see yet another mid. And we'll see what way this one goes. Some players just making it mid now. Also going to see, once again, the exchanges and high ground being taken. Actually kind of a passive play by Ad Hominem, and now they're aggressing with the soldier bombs. Samson's going to go down. He's going to get a lot of damage onto the mid, but be able to pick him up in the end. Counter bombs now coming in as well by ult. He doesn't get much done. The demo will go down for Ad Hominem. It's a 2-player disadvantage for both teams. Desnick are definitely in the bad place right now, though. They are going to have to get out. Taking control of that. It's going to be second hold. Finally, we're going to see a second hold on this map.
This is going to be interesting. I've seen a second hold on this map before, but again, Ubers are even. And I think Skaz actually got locked out of that choke point for a little bit, and they attempted to recontest, but they couldn't do much just because of a spam and amount of damage that Ad Hominem attack were able to do on them through that little tiny choke point. Because I'm pretty sure I saw ult trying to jump through, see if he can get anything done, but unfortunately couldn't. Just simple stalemate and hold the point, really. And Sayo here, just see if he can get some spam through this choke here, but the soldier actually going for a play here, and does actually force that Uber out on Skaz, and they actually have to do something with it. Fade, and the Uber does get exchanged, does get popped on the blue side to Keller, and get something done with it with Scout there. And Skaz's team looks like they do want to fight this by the looks of things. And again, however, that's actually going in favor of blue. However, they do lose their med in the process, plus the soldier. Again, Gaz, they lose most of their team. However, they do keep that med up, which is quite important for this last hold. Now, in fact, they do have 50 ad for this last.
It's a pretty massive amount of ad for their last hold. It's Ad Hominem taking good control of that second point. They're going to have to reconvene, sort themselves out, get their medic ready. As his medic's just going to hit 15%, and Skaz, it's hitting 90. It's going to be a difficult push. Also, we're going to see another last hold stalemate. Haven't quite seen any off classes yet from Skaz, but I'm sure we'll see one eventually.
Ult does take down Samson there, so there was a bit of an exchange. However, Ult now opting for the heavy man. So it looks like they are being one on last by the things. Yeah, Ult staying on last due to that cap time, but again, looks like Blue's just opting to give up the second and just opt to hold mid by the looks of things, which they are doing. And the red Uber does get popped out actually, and Med does get taken out in that exchange, plus Sage. And I think Blue, they can't fight this without the med. They were really close on that Uber, and I think they were hoping to get and maybe use and pop it as soon as they get it. But unfortunately, they didn't get it in time.
Yeah, and me got disconnected there trying to retreat through. I can see what they're trying to do, but the execution just wasn't quite there. And now, as are going to retake, or take second, and now ad hominem are going to be the one on the last defense. See the engineer, we see the sniper. Maybe the sniper will finally make that game-saving play we've been looking for.
Sage and Sporks doing off-class hooks, NG Sage on the sniper. It'll be interesting to see what Sage can do. He's going for these really big hero shots, but Sage is opting for the pyro for this one, so expecting the push, which they should, due to Skaz do have the Uber ad, but Blue, openly, I don't know if they can get in time potentially. If they grind or just keep healing, I guess, they might be able to get in time, but this Pyro here looking for, hoping they push through left, but looks like it's a main push, and Pyro actually going for the denial, which has worked, but he does get taken down in the process. They're still up, actually, he can get this Uber, but unfortunately the point does get capped due to that fast cap time.
Yeah, that's incredibly quick. There's nothing you can do once a player gets onto that. If you're not near the point, or you don't have a player on the point, there's not much you can really do, and especially that Pyro absolutely nullified by that main push as well, so he wasn't able to get much done at all.
Yeah, still. Anyway, we're watching this mid here. Sign here getting to mid a little bit earlier than Sayo, getting some spam onto their left side here. All grouped up here, so even if couple stickies might be able to cause a lot of damage, but now he's being the aggressor here, pushing them to choke. Samson going for the bomb, doesn't get anything done with it, and causing that they lose 2 for the blue. Same with red, they lose 2. A lot of bombs back and forth coming in from both sides there, but it's just Sign left, and he has to run. He just runs, he can't hold anything, getting some sticky stuff on second, seeing anything done, but otherwise, very dominant mid coming up by Skaz.
He's going to get that trap on the second point. Might be able to pick something up with that, but he's done it a lot. Both teams have done it a lot, as a matter of fact. And yeah, it's going to get spotted out. Nothing going to get done. He's going to peek out really cheekily, just grab some intel. But now, it's once again ad hominem holding last. We have the sniper of the NG. It's going to be on them to save this game in a pretty big way. We don't actually have any pick classes from Skaz. We saw that sniper from Sage when they were pushing Skaz, but Skaz doesn't seem to be too keen to do anything similar to that. Instead opting to maybe even play down the time a little bit as well. It's 2-3, they have the advantage. They don't necessarily need to push.
Sage here is, I think, looking for... He's actually holding back this time. Demo actually gets piped in med as well in the press, but the Uber does get popped. And Keller's actually going to get soon, so you might be able to get in time, maybe. And yes, he does, and the Uber does just get popped out in time. And I think this last push could be changed in a sec if they can get anything done with this Uber. Does take down Trigger in the process. However, Scout does get taken out behind point. Signed with a nice pipe on the Xylife there. And it's just out and one med left. And Scout's stacking for point, just knowing of a cap time. Say with a nice pipe there, the Keller. And Skaz being isolated from his demo. This is looking too good. He does get taken down really low. And Scout, unfortunately, isn't to hit the pistol shots, but does get taken down by the soldier there just to back him up. And looks like Skaz do lose that last push, and ad hominem is able to secure the second point.
Yeah, it was a messy hole, but it was a hole nonetheless. They will once again live to fight another day, and we have that sniper now as well on the side of Skaz this time. It's going to be... Oh, actually, this time the Roma opting to go for this class. He's holding mid. It definitely won't be something that ad hominem will be expecting. They haven't done anything like this so far, especially on mid hole. So we are going to see the players grabbing their Ubers. Skaz got a little bit of deficit, but both teams are building. So the Ubers are going to come for both teams. Not sure though if ad hominem will be able to push fast enough to capitalize on it. It looks like they're going to try at least, but they don't have too long before Skaz are able to get an Uber of their own. They need to get onto that mid pretty much straight away. And that's exactly what's going to happen.
Both girls get caught out there. At the same time, Soldier does go down on blue. However, Skaz do lose 2, and they are opting to just back out this off mid there. And Skaz is able to get out with 90 ad, and they still have the Uber ad here. And I think they might be they're not going to. They're actually going to hold back a little bit. So they might use into it here by looks of things, which looks like they're planning to do. And Uber does get popped out. Skaz getting forced by something there. I'm not entirely sure. And actually, can't get anything done much with this Uber here, besides push out and secure mid there. But again, Skaz losing 2 in the process there, and Blue only losing 1. And Blue have just locked out Gaz from this midpoint for just locked out Skaz. Blue have locked out Skaz from mid, and they just left up with 2 of their team alive.
Yeah, like they had the Uber, but they didn't quite have the players to capitalize on the massive area. Sal's going to get stuck a little bit there on that middle barrier and he's going to get picked up before he can make it back to the last hole. But they do have the players. Skaz definitely can hold this. That was so dumb in the chat, realising I think everyone saw what had happened there. You have the heavy, we've got the sniper. It's definitely going to be a strong last hold now from Skaz. The Uber's there for ad hominem. It's only 75 for Skaz. If ad hominem are fast enough, they can definitely get going, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do right now. They're going to go straight onto that heavy, try to take him out as early as possible. Even though he's got that massive health buff, it will take a little while, but the Uber's actually going to be used by Skaz. Now it's going to be a very difficult beast for ad hominem to tame, and they're not going to be able to do it. They're going to pull out. Cap time is not going to help them right now. They're just contesting a little bit. Skaz really need to force them out here, lock them out entirely and secure that last bit, which is what they've done. Force them out with the spam, push them all the way back. Now we're back to another last hold, and hopefully both teams will be able to get a redo. Heavy's going to stay on as well.
Definitely, and Alt here, I don't know if he's actually going to do something with the spy. He's looking just good. Yeah, he's doing the class checking, see what they're using, or see what off classes it potentially could have by looks of things. Yeah, opting go back to the soldier there. So Zalai parking the bus as heavy on last just to watch that cap time. Ubers are going to be even, and I think Blue thought they actually had an ad there, I'm assuming. And Uber does get followed up Skaz there, and he does drop Sayo in the process there, which was probably which was just unfortunate, I guess. Skaz can take down 50 HP there, and ad hominem don't actually secure that push, and only Sage surviving, and he can't contest, and he looks like I want to try go for. Does get the med there actually, and
from him.
Like for a second I thought he was going for a back play, but he's looking like he's trying to buy as much time. He does take down soldier as well in the process. He's definitely bought enough time there, and Blue now actually have full advantage with this play by Sage that he just did.
Yeah, that was excellent from him. It was such a sneaky spot. Mid worked at the perfect time, and there's nothing that anyone could do about it. Sage able to give his team another chance to push into this last. Both players for Skaz are going to respawn. They still have that heavy to deal with, so not going to be a free ticket to paradise for ad hominem just yet. They do have a slight Uber advantage if they use it quickly enough. At the same time, they have that pyro to deal with as well. That's definitely going to nullify their ad. Even if they do manage to push in, get air blasted back, and Skaz can get an Uber of their own. So now, waiting game for the next pick, the next play, to see what happens. Ubers get achieved here by ad hominem, 80% for Skaz, but oh, they are going to use straight into it though. Skaz is in a very good, their med's in a very good place. Survived the bombs, and ad hominem's just completely shut out, losing 2 players. And Skaz is going to survive with Uber. Now they're going to be able to push out onto second, maybe even pick up ad hominem medic now, but no, not quite fast enough. They're smart enough to get out ad hominem, and Skaz are going to be able to second point push up from their last successful.
Definitely, and I think they thought they had ad there by looks of things, but unfortunately just the push didn't really go in their favor. Sage here now opting for the sniper. Soldier does get and actually force out Skaz there in the process. Sick Day does get taken down in the process, and Skaz and them looks like they're just backing out of mid there for a little bit, seeing what the situation is, and looks like they are going to recontest mid here, seeing if they can lock out ad hominem from mid, which they do successfully, and they do get the point with the cost of Sick Day as a result.
We do have that Sage sniper once again, the playmaker. Not quite yet, but I'm hoping he will be. So they are going to push in now with that Uber. It's a 50% advantage that they've got right now. So they're going to be able to push Skaz effectively out of bed. They're going to drop 2 players on their way out too. Sniper not being the game changer, that Uber is definitely the more significant factor, but he was there to say hello. And now Skaz will be left on the second defense, and ad hominem are going to be coming in quick with their player advantage. Just as the respawns come up for Skaz now. And they're going to have to push back to last and get up their off classes. But they are going to have that Uber. They might even decide to push up their Uber advantage. And the sticky trap is actually right there as well. It's not going to catch anyone. Just about catches Sign, but Skaz now push back to last. No off classes just yet, but they've got the Uber advantage. Sage is there as well on that sniper for ad hominem. Isn't there to make anything significant happen just yet. We do have that counter snipe as well from Skaz to hopefully keep Sage back a little bit, make it a bit of a challenge for him, as he's going to be going for his first peek. He nearly had the medic's head in the sightlines, but going to peek back, and now they know that Sage is there. It's going to be much more difficult for him, as the Ubers are, again, even. It's going to be a sniper battle to decide what happens next.
Watching it, Sage actually gets spammed out there quite heavily. However, does have the med with him to back him up, and he does definitely want to go for this wide peek, but can't get anything done just because of the spam. Spam does get cut off there for a little bit, and he's scoped up, going for a peek, but the spam's quite heavy. Trying going for a wide shot, can't get anything done there, doesn't opt to scope in, and he's trying to find a new angle here. Looks like he wants to go for a main door peek here, which he is slowly edging his way in, and ooh, just misses the shot on this bit there. And unfortunately can't get anything done. He's definitely now, he's going to go for the mega wide peek. He's gone really far forward there. Does survive on 42 with a nice serve on the health pack there. And I think it's Sage is just trying to find an opening, doing whatever he can to get either a med pick or some sort of important pick there. Zarlife dancing around in front of him, see if he can take him out, but unfortunately doesn't want to risk it with the soldier backing up Sage.
He's peeking in through main. He's going to get a nice shot onto Trigger. That's Trigger going down really easily, and ad hominem are definitely going to want to push off that. They've got 2 minutes left to at least equalise the score, so the Uber's going to be straight away onto Skaz. They're trying to pick him up before he pops, but he manages to get it out, so Skaz are going to be able to put up a solid defense unless ad hominem can pull off something pretty tricky. 2 players. They will kill in return though. A great shot from Sage will nullify an advantage. Sporkers to pick up one for himself as well as push one at the point. He's going to get a little bit of cap time, but he's getting contested. He picks up 2 players while standing on that point. Wow, actually a third gets picked up as well. They're able to save that. Minute 38 left in the match.
This is definitely doable to possibly pick up one more round. Otherwise, we will be seeing a golden cap potentially for this map, which will be interesting. But anyway, let's watch this mid. I'm going to go watch Signed again from ad hominem attack. He is going for the same play he's been doing most of the time, pushing this left-hand side behind this little shack here, trying to get some damage onto the main combo there. Samson is going for a bomb. Can't get it. Does actually pick up the demo there, and does take down Sick Day at the same time. And the other soldier does go down alongside with Sporks. However, the play doesn't work out too well, and it's just Sign and Ches and Samson left, both really tagged up. However, both sides do lose their med in the process, which does result in the Ubers definitely equalizing.
Can we do have a player time out on the side of Skaz there? He's going to come back in straight away. That's definitely going to help this situation. Medic's back up, but the Uber advantage is going to be slightly in favour of ad hominem as the bomb does come onto Samson's going to go down. And Skaz going to secure that midpoint finally, and it's up to them to push the second defense. Ad hominem thrown together. Ultra's going to fly straight on in, not really caring, but he's not going to get anything whatsoever.
As we are entering the dead time here, and what that means is there is roughly 15 seconds left and nothing can be done. So I think both teams now are just accepting golden cap. Yeah, so Sign doing a taunt. Now it's just simple them. Let's go frag out and kill whatever we want. Blah, blah, blah. Golden cap will be played. So we will be seeing the first overtime being on Logjam for the series. It's going to be interesting.
First map of the series being a golden cap sets a pretty big precedent for, I think, how the rest of this map's going to go. Interesting, we didn't really see too much unconventional TF2. We saw the off classes and the snipers. A little bit less than I thought they would be and a little bit less effective than I thought they would be, but definitely something to consider.
I think this is going to be interesting. So for those people who don't know, golden cap is obviously when it's tied up, so 3-3 in this situation. It is overtime, so first one that gets a point, just 1 point, wins, and they will take this first map series. It's been really back and forth, I have to say. Really back and forth between both of these teams, for Logjam, especially.
Yeah, there hasn't been an overly dominant side from either team so far. I mean, you definitely have those certain dominant mids when one team just shuts out another one entirely, but we haven't seen one team be consistently dominant over the other so far.
Definitely. Do you want to look at logs, or do you want to look at the logs at the end of the Golden Cap, George?
We'll have a look at the logs now, just so we can see what we're seeing so far in terms of highlights. We can see Sage already, definitely a highlight player for Ad Hominem, picking up 29 frags and nearly 300 DPM. That's just below Signed, who's going to have nearly 400 DPM, but it's just a 378. Looking at the medics as well, we haven't actually seen any drops. Now, I don't know if that's the skill of either team or if it's the map that's impacting that, but either way, both teams looking relatively equal besides Signed and Sage standing out in terms of stats.
I'm just letting the logs light up now. I just have a look as well from my perspective. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Signed 11,000 damage. He's playing really aggressive demo, pushing up, doing that little left-hand push behind his shack. And as we say that, we are straight back into the game by looks of things. Indeed, we are.
Golden Cap is happening right now. This is the first and only first mid-fight, at least in the contest later in the game. Samson's going to go down straight away in a very ballsy soldier bomb. I was going to get traded though, so it's both roamers down. Signed is getting picked up as well. That's an Ad Hominem demo down. sskaz has a bit of an advantage here, not positionally though. She Sports will go down to a soldier. That's a pretty big problem for Ad Hominem. Keller will go down to a very aggressive Xylife, and they're going to get forced out of this first mid. And sskaz are going to win this one pretty dominantly, only dropping one player in their mid. That's going to make last push an absolute cakewalk for them, if provided nothing goes wrong on taking second, which should happen here pretty soon.
So it looks like Sporks is actually off the sniper. I think his main objective is to get that sniper pick, not sniper, medic pick definitely, because they have Uber ad now. They have Uber ad on the side of sskaz, and with that, it makes it definitely easy for this push here. But Sayo does get taken down by a sticky trap there by looks of things, and I don't know if they probably definitely spotted Sporks out. So sskaz is playing a little bit more, bit more, how'd you say it? From the sniper, you could say, playing a bit like a pussy there, you know. But yeah.
Actually, what are they doing? They're sitting outside of last right now. They have and Ad Hominem are quickly catching up. They're gonna get Uber before they even get anywhere near last. They're just sitting on second. They've got the energy as well that they have to push through now too.
They were probably waiting for the demo respawn, I'm assuming. Sayo obviously got taken down by a sticky trap there, but Samson on the NG. So we're going to see what they can do here. Spork's on the sniper as well, so it's now just another stalemate here, and I want to see... Oh, we could be potentially seeing the spy play? No, it's just him checking classes. Alright, we're going to completely look at that. And yeah, the only off classes we got are Samson on the NG, and potentially a spy.
He's come back to it. I think he's just checking things out. But yeah. It would be cool to see. It'd be definitely something that needs to happen.
Two go down there, and Sayo actually going down by a sticky and scout there, and Ad Hominem are opting for the push by the looks of things, for trying to secure lobby, which they have. As a result of that, and actually now pushed out lobby onto second here, potentially maybe going in for an exchange. We're not entirely sure. And Trigger does get taken down there by a scout, and Ad Hominem secure that second point quite easily as a result of that pick by the demo and scout.
Yeah, no, Ad Hominem belongs with a pretty big advantage right now. They've got them locked in mid, and whether or not they'll be able to actually get a push going through. They don't have that sniper anymore, and that's definitely would be a helpful thing on this Uber stalemate. And we're back to mid, so see what team comes out on top of this fight. Demo spam is actually pretty hectic now. It's the one Ad Hominem demo taking all that spam, and Ad Hominem sort of passively all the way back on the side, not taking any chance, especially with their mid. This would be the time for a spy play or a sniper play, a very aggressive sniper play. But these sight lines, you have to get really aggressive to have a chance of taking on that mid, and even then, you're not sure because that mid has a million places he can hide right now.
Sage was definitely obviously the one trying to go for these wide shots, or these hero plays, trying to go for the med or some sort of pick. Very hard, definitely. He was getting spammed a lot during those plays. But again, it's just stalemate now. I think it's just going to be exchanging spam. We can't really say much what's going to happen. Yeah, everyone's just watching their flanks. It's a bit of spam here going into the mid there by Sign. And Ult here, I think he's trying to initiate play. Yeah, he is going in. going for a bomb on
Keller. Keller gets forced by a really good bomb from ult. He went in very deep and he forced that Uber out. And now Skaz might be able to pick something up. We have a sneaky soldier sitting behind, but he's going to have to fall back because Skaz is not going to walk anywhere near that to get picked up by an Uber. The bomb does come in and the Uber is forced. So now Uber's going to be even. As Skaz are going to take the second point and have to push into last. Samson's going to get picked up. Whether or not they're fast enough, and they might even just opt for a dry push if they try to beat these respawns. It looks like that's something they want to try. It's going to be out very soon. They've scout respawns just now. They aren't quite aggressive enough to get in too early on, as sskaz going to get picked up. So now they're at a slight disadvantage. Hominem getting sort of aggressive in lobby now.
Definitely, and I think they could have definitely opted for a dry push before, when I think hominem were 2 down from memory. But otherwise, they are just opting for the get Uber, let's push in. However, hominem do have the ad there with 90. However, Red are slowly catching up there with 77% now. Sickday opting to snipe here. This is going to be interesting. He does have the Razorbacks in mind. As a result, doesn't allow him to actually get buffed. And I probably... Ooh! Nice shot by him onto Sage with a really quick shot. And he looks like he is going in for a wide pick, does get taken down, does lose a bit of HP there. Just want to get back, get a bit of HP, now opting to hold this angle. Sage and Sickday looking to take that sniper battle. He is slowly walking up, seeing him go for the med pick, which is what he's after. Ooh. Unfortunately, Sage does take down Sickday with the body shot. It was really close on the line, I must say. He was gambling, really close.
That's another thing though, now Sage has a lot of room to work with now. He doesn't have to worry about a scout or even a sniper to counter snipe. But I mean, we're seeing it again. Skaz is giving him literally nothing to work with. Any angles that are getting peaked, it's for half a second. He's not able to pick up anything significant. That mech is playing so far away from any sightlines. Spy's back out, but it's just going to be the check. What's going on again? Would be nice to see him stick with it, but I doubt we'll be seeing that anytime soon. As the sniper fight's going to be happening again, as Sickday is making it his way back to this last push. Should wait for either of them to make a significant play.
Sporks again often go into the spy, check I assume off passes or certain if they're using different minigun. But again, Sage sniping, and obviously will take the battle against Sickday. I believe Sickday is still on the Razorback, I think. I wasn't quite sure if that was Razorback. No, he's not on the Razorback, so he definitely did realize he couldn't get the full 185 buff with the Razorback, which is obviously a change in Team Fortress 2. And he is just going to get a buff, and again, he soon most likely be challenging Sage, but again, he definitely wants to go for a med pick in this situation, which is definitely what sskaz are looking for. And that was really close there, trying to go for the med pick, and does get a little bit of damage onto Samson there, and does get taken down to 20 HP. And Sniper actually going for a really wide push there, might get caught out, and ooh, does fall. He could have potentially got there with barely any HP. Looked like about maybe 6 HP or something really low. And Keller, Sickday is holding this angle. He's not giving up, but he has to go up just for that spam. That was really close. He could see the medic's minigun, and he's going in for the quick peeks there, just quickly scoping in, trying to get anything done. And we're seeing the spy come up Sage and see if he can get anything done.
Oh wow, great shot from Sickday. Is going to drop Keller. That is incredible. That's going to play that was needed for sskaz. Now they're going to be able
to that timing.
Walk into last. Actually, wait. Yeah, now the Uber's finally coming in. They still have the sniper that they're pushing with, but the scout's going to walk straight onto the point. Must get dropped, and then other soldiers. The spy actually going to pick up Keller again. Keller goes down, and the spy will finish off that cap. And now sskaz, they're going to win the golden cap, and thus this first map.
That was really close. Sage, before was on the spy, trying to go for a pick on the med, but the timing wasn't just there, and the med does pop just before Sage went for the backstab. So it was really, it was unfortunate for Sage, but definitely great shot by Sickday. He was going for these really quick peeks, quick scopes, you could say, just to get anything done. Got a really nice shot onto Sage during that kind of stalemate kind of hold by both sides.
So we are going to be going on to the second map process after sskaz is going to take that one 3-3, winning the golden cap technically 3-4 to them. So this map, much more foundational in the ozfortress scene. Everyone's played this a million times. Everyone knows it like the back of their hand. Logjam, you can't really say the same sort of thing. What do you think we're going to see?
I think it's from what we saw on Logjam. I think definitely we have a good series on our hand. I'm gonna say this is going to be a close game, but again, you can't say much about Process. It's a map that everyone's played before. It's a map everyone plays in pugs, scrims, whatever. It's a common map, and it's going to be interesting to see which team comes out top on this. But ad hominem, obviously, Logjam being their first pick, not sure what happened there, but it was a close series. And again, I'm going to say potentially might be able to see another golden cap on Process, potentially. I'm just going to say definitely possible, because both of these teams, same skill level, very back and forth gameplay.
Yeah, that golden cap is definitely a possibility with these teams. Like you said, very similar in terms of skill level, especially on a map like Process, which can be very, very stale. Hopefully we'll see those snipe coming out. We did see that very often in the last map, so
we could be seeing a more
Process does have they do have slightly weaker sightlines overall, I would say personally, over Logjam, but hopefully we'll still see a lot of snipers that'll make game-changing plays like sskaz did there at the end. Would have been funny if just after Keller was sniped, sskaz was picked up by Sage's backstab, and it was just two great plays that essentially made them useless plays because they do absolutely nothing.
Definitely. But again, Process, it's definitely a common one for snipers. We're going to see maybe some sniping from Sage or Sporks or Sickday. Seen some stuff out of Alt. Definitely, potentially could see some more. He's been able to keep up with Sage. Alt does snipe every now and then on the soldier class, but the main one I want to watch is Sage and Sickday. Definitely two really good sniper players going up against each other, and it's really fun watching them just battle it out, see which one can take down each other.
Yeah, we predicted that at the start. It's great watching high levels players on maps with really open sightlines like we saw before. Once I'll say it again, even though Process's sightlines are a little bit weaker than Logjam, they can still be really powerful when they're being used by the right sniper, and it's definitely something we are obviously going to see put into play, because I'm expecting a lot more stalemates on a map like this one.
Definitely. And I just want to add something just to everyone, just to reiterate what I said at the start, for those who don't notice. This is a best of 3. sskaz take up the first map, so as a result, if they win this map, series is over, it's 2-0, they will proceed to the grand finals. As a result, they will face whoever won the previous playoff match before this, which was the quarterfinals, and which will be League of Super Evil. They will be meeting in the grand finals, which is the #1 seed in Inter. Definitely the favorites, actually, for the Inter season.
So this is setting the precedent for what we're going to see in that grand final, and it's so entertaining watching two teams that are so evenly matched. It's almost like you're mirroring each other, even though hominem has those two standout players, as we saw in the log, Signed and Sage, but the teams overall, in terms of skill level and how the games are actually going, are very, very even if it doesn't come out in the log. So as we come into the first round of the second map now, reminder, once again, this is the semi-finals for Intermediate. Coming into this first mid.
I'm going to be actually going to not watch demos. I'm going to watch what the soldiers do on this map, because it is important to take that high ground there. And Samson here going for the play onto the grass. He looks like just getting some spam there onto the combo. And now he's taking the high. He's going for a high. But can't actually get anything done as a result of that. Does get has to back away as a result. However, now that both soldiers collapse onto sskaz, and that is just clean up now for ad hominem. And again, Signed there with the bottle kill for onto ult, and that is a wipe and a very strong mid by ad hominem attack.
Definitely really strong mid. No signs of any stalemate so far. Obviously, we're going to see Keller with a huge Uber advantage. He's going to hit 95 just as Engineer's trying to get his sentry set up from sskaz's side. They have the sniper as well. It's going to be Sickday. He's going to try to pick up Keller before he can use his Uber, but I doubt that's going to happen because he's going to go in from lobby, and sskaz not looking anywhere near there right now. Uber's popped early. His Sentry's there to deal with. It's only level 2 though. I think there's something to really think about. Haven't picked up any players. Ult will go down, but the control's just not there. Blind will go down. That's the emo down for Ad Hominem, and this push is not looking too great right now from Ad Hominem. Not a lot of control. They're trying to get damage done, but the Uber's been... Keller's going to pick up a crossbow as he's trying to arrest right now, but they just don't have the positional advantage. But the scout is just jumping around on point. He takes down a player and just keeps jumping on point, and they can't hit him, and he's going to take that first point.
Very messy last push, probably, you have to say. But in the end, I mean, if it gets the job done, gets the W, I mean, gets the round, obviously, and that's the objective. And again, Ad Hominem need to win this map to force that Sunshine last map so they can proceed to the grand final. Keep in mind, and already an early exchange there by by Ult there, taking down Signs.
Yeah, so Ult tried going for a market guard, and he did. I think he just meleeed him and then went for and finished him off with the rockets. But that spells disaster for Ad Hominem's opening mid. Their mid will survive, but they can't do anything about that mid point, and now skaz going to be able to progress straight onto the second point.
I mean, the good thing
definitely a contrast from the first mid that we saw.
The good thing about this is Keller does survive, obviously, and now Ubers will be even, so it's going to be stalemate again. And yeah, Spork's now opting to go for the sniper, seeing if getting done, peeking from door 1 or lobby. We'll see what he can do. Let's get on the cam. Oh, he's looking for the lob pick, crouching, looking at a little platform in second that does spot out sskaz most likely just to see this head. Oh, does get taken out really, and Keller actually
he picks up 2. He takes Keller. He just dropped Keller and picks up Sage, and that's going to completely open this up for skaz now. The sniper at Demon Ult didn't hold this last point. There's nothing they could do. They were nowhere near it, and they're going to make it even 1-1. 2 very quick rounds already.
That was very random. I just saw it flying and low in HP, but I didn't realize he actually dropped the med in the process. Very coincidental, but I'm gonna watch Ult here. If he actually is going for another fast play, which he doesn't look like he will be. Samson getting in some nice damage there onto Sayo. Sayo does get tagged down quite low, does get the arrow, getting some spam across point there, spamming onto grass, playing on their pack. Starlight does get taken down by Sage's pistol there, as well getting taken down by the scout. Sporks trying to clean up on the soldier. That soldier gets taken down so low and does finally get finished off by that pistol. Sage here going in for cleanup does unfortunately get punished as a result. Is losing 3 in the process there. Same story for Blue as a result. I think sskaz trying to reach, but just losing more players. However, then both meds do stay up. Result, the Ubers will remain even.
Uber's definitely even, but the advantage right now definitely is not. Skaz is going to have just 3 players. 6 though for Ad Hominem, and definitely going to be able to take control of the second and get a pretty strong position to take this last. The soldier's going to go straight in onto the mid. He's got to force, the Uber is forced there onto skaz. He's going to pop quietly. sskaz up on sniper, but I don't know if he'll get much of a chance to actually use that. Now Ad Hominem, massive 100% Uber advantage, and if they can use it properly, they can easily take this last point.
Yeah, the Uber does get popped out Ad Hominem and does actually fade in time, and sskaz looks like a misplay there, whooping his crossbow to whooping his Uber thing, his Uber sword thing crossbow, but again, Ad Hominem taking down the point really easy there. It's 2-1
super quick rounds that we're seeing. Incredibly quick rounds. 2-1 already, and we've barely started the map. 24 minutes left on the map timer. That is very, very fast TF2 that we're seeing right now.
Keep in mind,
it
is win difference, keep in mind, just letting people know.
So Sign's gonna go down super early there to sell really good stickies. They have to leave the mid straight away. Ad Hominem leaving the demo red on again.
Second time as well, but first one was to a market gun. Was it? I don't know. It was a fail or success. I'm not quite sure. And nice pipe there by Sayo onto the soldier. Yeah, Hominem just have to back out. They can't get anything done. Trigger does take down Sage in the process there. However, both meds do remain up, and it is going to be even Ubers again for both sides, and Tricker does cop a bit of sticky damage to the face there, but he does live. Trying to force her out. Keller does manage to, doesn't get forced, and Ubers are even, and looks like it's just, does take down Signed with a nice little trap. Okay.
Yeah, South taking down Stein twice on the same round. We've got the sniper up again. That's Sage, of course. Trying to go for a good peek, drop that mid, but the Ubers actually pop. Keller just walked straight in through door one, and now they've exchanged the Ubers. No one's going to have too much of an advantage right now, though. Sick Day will go down flank, but nothing significant hang of that whatsoever. And yeah, we're back to another stalemate, or the first stalemate actually for this map.
Ubers, yeah, pretty much even, 2-3% difference. Sporks opting to go for the sniper instead of Sage this time, see if he can get anything done. And again, now it's just both teams back in the bus. Blue on last, red on second, seeing what they can do. And obviously, it's going to depend on Sporks with the sniper play. In lobby, crouched down, looking at that platform on second, see if he can get anything done. Unfortunately, can't see anything. I don't know if he spotted ult there crossing. Most likely not, just because of timing. And he's just gonna rotate. Looks like he might be opting to peek one. No, yes, yeah, he's scoping in. He does go for the side. Looks like he's just checking if there's any other off classes. Sage opting to go for a pyro, thinking there's a push, and does switch back to this scout there. And it's pretty even both sides, and of an exchange there by ult does take down the soldier on at hominem, but otherwise not much can be said, and both teams can't really do much as a result of that little bit of an exchange.
We don't have a sniper we don't have any kind of class at all from either side right now, and the ability to go for a bomb is there. If Skaz's Roma is smart enough about it, they could definitely go for something, but you can't really say the same thing to anyone from ad hominem. We've got the sniper now though. Both teams actually, wow, yes, so Sskaz are going to pick up Spy, and I think they're going to stick with it by the looks of it. He's been on it for a while.
Actually, he might be spotted there, potentially. Yeah, looks like ad hominem now are suspicious of a Spy, because he did get caught by a splash rocket. He's just going to chill up in the boiler area, and looks like he's trying. He's definitely, yeah, he's going for the med. So he's getting done on Cloak and Dag.
They know that there's a Spy somewhere. He's making his way around. He's very sneaky about it, but they know. They know for sure.
Yep, there you go, Sam.
Sit in the chat.
Sneaky
Sniper's
Frenchman.
there as well for ad hominem, so if they make a pick while Alt's trying to figure something out, he's standing still. He might get bumped into there just about, but no, he's not gonna get spotted by that soldier. He's there looking though.
Is there a... might have just got a pause? Yeah, so it looks like we're seeing a pause, not sure the reason. But yeah, that was really close by Samson, nearly bumped Ult. Ult is sneaking, so he definitely got caught by that splash rocket before in lobby, so yeah, ad hominem are suspicious of a spy, and it does get unpaused now, and watching Ult is now on the heaven area, looking to go for the med play. The med is skeptical of the spy, looking behind him every now and then. So this is going to make his job really hard.
This is a very difficult pick to make. That decloak sound is very loud too. The pyro is there. Is he going to get the right piece? That's the real question. He is.
No.
Oh, it just gets caught. That was so close. He was sitting there for so long. Just about didn't get tagged by that, but he does get picked up. And now we do rely on ad hominem sniper to make any sort of action occur. So we're sitting at 2-1. Ad hominem have the advantage. They don't need to get a push going anytime soon, but they're definitely going to try.
Definitely, and Sage is obviously just seen to ask for an arrow, and he's still in this lobby position to see if he can see anyone's feet, and or potentially head. And Ult here on the sniper, so here we go. We're watching a duel from lobby. Ult here looking to go for a peek. He's on the angle, does take down Samson actually, and he does get dropped down to him a little bit, very little health, and Sage here just having to back out just because of a scout potentially could chase him. Sayo going for some sticky trap again. Looks like it's a cheeky one.
Ult's really aggressive here. He's walked all the way into last. He doesn't get an opportunity for a shot. He gets spotted out, but that could have been huge if he was able to get something done with that. Sporks will time out, so we might see that was what the pause was for, technically.
Oh, no. Uber bug, actually. Oh, looks like I'm reading chat, okay.
Ult's gonna go on, he's just gonna get taken down pretty much immediately. He's not gonna get anything done whatsoever. Trying to go very, very aggressive sniper play. Sal's gonna pick up Sage, but it's not gonna do much in terms of opening up a push for Skaz right now. But teams are definitely gonna be getting restless eventually. They're just gonna find that trigger point where they decide to push in. It could definitely happen, more and more likely to happen with less and less reason as we wait, especially because Scares need to get a point here to equalize things.
Soldier does go for the... Oh, Keller does cop a rocket to the face, but does survive on 60. Ult did mess up his rocket jump there, I'm pretty sure. Sage is still on the sniper trying to get something done. And I think we could be seeing a snipe by Ult again, potentially. He did go down, so I'm thinking he could do. And, no, he just hasn't respawned yet, so we're not entirely sure. But again, Sage is opting for the sniper. Ult does opt to stay on the soldier, so looks like it will be a more stalemate. Actually, Ult opting to switch to buff banner in this situation, so be interesting. They might try go for a push with buff banner potentially if they go for a pick, or just rush in with a buff banner. But Sporks on the spy doing the casual class check and probably will alert his team of the soldier switch to the buff banner most likely. And Sage does get tagged on 60 and just misses that direct rocket, and he's trying to go for some sort of pick. Ult getting really aggressive just to get that buff banner charge, and it's just, yeah, it's just simply both exchanging spam or trying to go for this sniper play by Sage.
Yeah, Sage really needs to hit something if their team wants to get pushing, but they know he's there, and once again, Scare's being very good at not giving him anything to work with. Like you said, but he's waiting for that play that tips the scales enough for either team to decide they want to push. Skaz really can't let them sit here for too long. Cricket will pick up Sage, but it's just a sniper down, so point needs to be taken sooner rather than later, especially for Skaz's situation. It looks like they actually kind of want to walk in through door 1 right now, and they're going to. Tricker gets the Uber popped onto the exchange has started. Nothing really occurring so far, so shiny players just walk into each other, and now it's going to have to disengage. Not able to take any ground whatsoever out of the Skaz side.
Definitely.
They've fallen back to at homeroom's second.
And it's another Ubers are even situation, I think, potentially.
Oh, we've got the buff banner.
Buff banner's coming. Okay, I forgot about this. And actually, that was a big play by Sign. They're taking down 3 of them. Hell, it does get taken out in the process, but that was huge by Sign, and it actually does save the last point as a result. And Skaz get the full wipe.
That was simply incredible. Great job from Sign there, essentially nullifying everything for the last like 7 minutes. Because they used that Uber to bait out the Skaz side of, and then they were planning to use their buff banner advantage to finish off a push, but Sign obviously just completely destroying that. That was very much a wah-wah moment for.
Took them a while to get that buff. Took them a while to get that buff banner. Actually,
it took them a while to get anything near a push as well. I mean, like I said, that last 7 minutes was essentially useless because of that absolute failure and great play from Sign. Actually, we're going to see Keller pop his Uber because he has a huge advantage right now over top of Skaz. He got his Uber for quite a while, but they're not going to pick up much with it. Sal will go down, but Sage gets picked up as well. So players is going to be sitting on second. And hominem are on the offensive now. Take Skaz, but he's got full Uber. They do not. So we'll see if Skaz are going to use that to break out of this defense. It looks like that's what they're going to do, walking into the lobby now. And hominem know this, they're playing very passively, they're waiting for that Uber to come in. The Soldier's actually going to drop straight down behind. That's Samson forcing out that Uber just a little bit early. Now Ad hominem managed to fall all the way back to mid. And that Uber is not going to help Skaz take anything near mid. And now Ad hominem going to take control. We'll see a mid-fight, mid-stalemate. So Uber's going to get popped. Keller's just going to go straight in. Sick Day will go down. They're going to take control of the second point. So that stalemate's not going to happen, of course. And now sskaz once again on the last hold. They do have a pretty significant Uber advantage, but it's whether or not they're going to use it effectively to break out once again or not. We might see a repeat of what we just saw if Cali wasn't picked up early on.
Definitely, and I think and hominem don't really actually have to push here. They could definitely sit back and just hold, because they are in the lead 2-1 right now, and simple. I think they're just going to hold it and just wait to see what happens.
So, players are exchanging a lot of damage right now, but the Ubers are probably going to be equal before anyone starts to form a fight. Actually, that being said, just as I'm trying to say that, sskaz is going to push out the Uber and push at home all the way back to mid. 97, 98, 99, 100%. Color's going to get his Uber. Are they going to be able to get back on the offensive and hopefully at least retake second if they're good enough in doing so? Players are scattered right for sskaz, so it's a bit troubling to do the cleanup. The soldiers bomb straight onto sskaz, but he's not going to pick it up. Fricka goes down to Spooks, but ad hominem should be able to take convincing control of the second. Sal's going to get picked up before he can fall back for a last hold, and ad hominem have a 3-player advantage right now. It looks like they're just going to roll with it, go straight in before those players can get a chance to respawn. To take down 3 players, 2 scouts and a mid if they're quick enough. But they haven't been so far. It looks like they're just going to opt to hold second.
Yeah,
not quite quick enough to cap last.
A lot of these stalemate situations, and ult now opting to snipe, so this is a common thing we're seeing between both teams, is they are opting to just simply hold onto, like, just play it safe essentially, not willing to gamble certain plays, but otherwise, I mean, if they're playing it safe, I mean, they're good. They're not gambling, I think, but as I say that, Sage does get taken down, and ult on the sniper doesn't manage to take down the soldier that are dropping onto the low ground second point here, and it's holding close in here, so we could, no, I was about to say we could be possibly seeing a scout exchange there potentially, but otherwise both teams just going to chill and wait to see what moves are made by the other team.
We do have the Sage sniper again as well. He's going to be coming up here.
Be interesting. I'm going to curious to see what you can see, but he will be facing off a Sick Day sniper, and we saw what he could get done on that last map, and he looks like he does get spotted by Sage. That does cop body shot, and now he knows where the location of Sage is. Sage does take out Starlife there in the process. However, he does get taken out. Quite does get taken down by ult there in lobby. A bit of a fight happening in lobby here. Sage scoped up, waiting for a peek, and Gary does get launched away, and Samson does go down. So he's down for ad hominem attack there, and it looks like sskaz is getting complaining that Sage is lagging by looks of things there. Nothing obviously he can do about it besides internet hoping it goes down, but Sick Day does get taken to 8 HP, and looks like it is just going to be parking the bus on last and second. And sskaz is living on 2 HP by a play by Samson. I have to say, not pop.
Yeah, there are players like that though. 2 HP is kind of a little bit small, but it worked out in the end. Trigger will get taken down Sage once again, making a very nice shot. Sick Day unable to really have a proper reply on these last holes, as Samson's going to get traded kind of needlessly there. But either way, it's going to see this last hole from sskaz. They need to push out though. It's 2-1 and the time's slowly ticking down. 10 minutes left in them. It's a lot of time. They can definitely equalize it, but every second counts if you're playing. If these teams are going to be as similar in skill. So we'll go down. It gets dropped. Sage is going to nail him as he tries to walk out door one. That's from him. That's huge. Color's going to have the Uber now. He's going to pop to hold the second and hopefully get something rolling into last. 3 players have gone down for sskaz. A 4-player announced, there's 2 players up for sskaz to hold the last point, and ad hominem is just going to walk straight on in. The demo can't really do anything about this, and they're going to take it 3-1 on the process.
This is definitely a really strong showing of ad hominem attack from that last one in Old Jam. But as I say that, is this a pause? Yeah, okay. So we are seeing a pause here. I'm assuming it's Maybe internet related, because Sage was lagging before, but yeah, this is definitely a stronger showing by Ad Hominem on this map, being of, well, it's Process, everyone's played before a million times, but there, I don't know, it looks like it's different on Logjam, you could definitely say, because it's obviously different territory on that map, because no one really plays it, but yeah, I have to say, very strong by Ad Hominem, going for these really quick plays on last or mids as well.
Yeah, Ad Hominem have just been absolutely wrecking so far when it comes to actual chances to fight. They don't usually fail, but we can't really say the same thing about Skaznik's team, especially on those last holes.
I'm going to be curious to see here if Sign does go down there. He's already gone down twice really early. The first one was to a market gun though, slash rocket combo kind of thing, and the second one was just to pure spam, if I am correct from memory.
Let's just was completely dominated them when they got to. I think got to mid at the same time, but Cell stickies were just on point, just completely wiped them off. And
his pipes were on point as well. But again,
yeah, both that being said, both demos. I mean, you could definitely say Sign has the better traps because his traps have been incredibly effective this entire series.
Yeah.
But yeah, both demos pipes have been really good so far.
Sayo's doing some interesting traps though, like for example the ones he gets Sage, just a 8 sticky trap, you know, just a casual trap in front of door 1, just crouching there, placing them down, just putting these weird traps up, but they're definitely working. As I say that, the game is being unpaused, and I'm going to be keeping an eye on Sayo for this mid, see if he can actually getting done, eventually taking down Sign again, but Sign actually doesn't get taken down this time, does survive, and does get the arrow in the end, and there's some spam getting across the mid by Skaz. However, being the aggressor, taking down the players, and Skaz losing a lot of their gamers here, and they are forced to back out as a result of it, and looks like they are just going to hold second here. Soldier, however, going for a high bomb there, might actually catch Skaz out, but doesn't catch him out, actually does catch him out in the end, my bad there, and look, Ad Hominem just really dominant on that second.
And is showing their dominance. It doesn't happen every time. When it happens, it's really powerful. They're going to have full over advantage now too. They've just got that sentry to deal with, but they're going to pop straight in. The Pyro's not in the right position to completely nullify this yet, and Ad Hominem are going to be able to take a lot of ground for this. They've got the heavy to deal with, and the bombing soldiers and the demos. They actually have to get out here because that is just gone now, and they haven't taken anything with it at the moment.
They have taken out 2, so this may be doable. Skaz does go to trigger those down, so yeah, this is now doable actually. They do lose the hills. Keller is still up to kill his teammate, but does get taken out in the process. However, that doesn't matter as Blue do secure the point 4-1.
Yeah, it's really from them. Super quick round like what we saw at the start. Didn't see anything, like nothing to a stalemate as like we saw in the last round. So now we're going to be watching yet another mid. Sign did play a lot more passively to get away from ult because ult's been going for those fast bombs and trying to get right up in his face, but it's not going to happen this time. Sign's playing smarter than that now. You can see Sketchy has a lot of high ground right now. They've got the positioning. So players going straight onto Sign zone. He's going to get dropped. High life, ult, and Skaz. Wow, we're all going to go down. That's 3 players down at 4 Skaz. They've got no health whatsoever. Ad Hominem going to win this mid really convincingly once again. Keller obviously going to have huge uber advantage. Hopefully should be able to just walk straight into mid now. The last, sorry.
Definitely, and very dominant by Ad Hominem tag. And so just get potato, he got potatoed on right there by 2 bullets. He was tagged down incredibly low. I don't know what he was doing, but he want to stay there. And yeah, Ad Hominem just probably can just will most likely actually roll onto that last point there. It looks like it will be the door 1 push here. And Uber does get popped into Sage there and flashing the demo in the process. All players on Skaz are up on the high ground in heaven there, rotating to the left side. Keller actually going for the Uber sword, trying to get demo. And he does get taken out in the process there. However, Skaz can't do much as the cracks are going over at Hominem attack, and that is to Blue, and they need 1 more round to take this map. I in honesty do not see Skaz and them coming back. There is only how many minutes? There is 6 minutes?
6 minutes, they have the time to do it, but it's Alt's going to go in for a huge bomb right now. He's going to fucking go straight on the side. Sign goes down super early. Alt's, of course, going to get dropped, but hominem losing their demo once again. Sage will get dropped as well. It's great from Alt.
Okay, that was quick. And
changing play from him.
Blue just lost half aim, just literally got deleted just then. I don't know what happened, but apparently that happened. However, they do keep Keller alive, so that's a good thing. And Ubers are pretty much even here. Sporks, okay, I was going to see double snipe, but Sage opting to go to the NG. Never mind, as I say that, they'll switch back to the scout there. So, looks like we're not going to be seeing off classes, and now it'll be simple stalemate. And in all honesty, I'm too angry about it, considering they are 5-1 up, and they shouldn't be really concerned. However, Uber does get popped, and Trigger does get taken out in the process there, and looks like there's actually not much is going to get done for the blue team there. However, for a play on the point, does tag down Keller, but Keller is tagged down really low here. However, he doesn't get taken down there. Skaz hiding behind, and okay, does get spotted there. I thought he was going for a back cap potentially, and looks like hominem just push out onto the second point with relative ease, and it's just Keller capping it, and that was a push by Skaz there.
Thanks, mate.
As I say that, so the Uber ad right now is sitting in favor of hominem. However, this demo does go down there by Sayo, and they're just steamrolling onto this midpoint here. Skaz having to give this up as well. So this is going really well in the favor of hominem attack here. And Uber was still have the advantage here. Sage is still on the sniper. Now Alt is opting to switch snipers to challenge him. However, Keller actually does get taken down there. So now Skaz does have the Uber ad. However, Zala does get taken down by Sage there. Alt does take down Sage in the process. And it's just 2 up to hominem. That was going so well until has made the aggressive move there and does take down most of the team. And hominem have to stay on last now to hold and defend this point with only 3 up, including the Med just spawning now to heal and buff up his teammates. This looks like it is definitely getting close. And Skaz could get their second round, and they do indeed. Skaz picking up their second round there. As I say that, and it's definitely looking, Skaz changed up pace. They definitely played more the aggressor. As I say, rolling out to mid, I'm going to be watching Sayo here, see if he's getting done, doing a really dominant demo. And Samson going for a really quick play on high ground there. Sayo does get juggled up in the air a little bit, getting some sticky damage across the point. Garrett, Sign does get taken out quite low there, needing an arrow, and Trick and Ult do get taken out in the process there. Skaz are only 3 up, and looks like they are opting to get out. Sayo does get taken out, and same with Skaz. Much more dominant play by hominem, but still, I wouldn't be too concerned about the scoreboard when there is 3 minutes left.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult for Skaz to come back from this, and we already see Sal saying in chat, can we change map? And no mercy coming out from stage. Yes, Sign's gonna. We've got the Huntsman out as well from Skaz. I think we might see a little bit of dead time right now because Skaz have a huge deficit right now.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Sayo Things might really, I don't know. It looks like he could be tilted or slightly angry about it, but otherwise, I think potentially we could be starting to see time here. Really fast play by hominem, trying to go for the point. They shouldn't honestly be too concerned there. Nice pipe there by Sayo actually. It's double sticky, and it's just Keller left. And Keller is swanning forwards, and someone does come out. And yeah, it looks like it's just going to be a mid-hold for hominem attack.
Yeah, 10 minutes left on the clock. I'm sure that I wouldn't be surprised if the teams changed the maps earlier, and then what they should. Players just scrapping each other out, putting it together as they can push. Aren't seeing. Oh, there's the Huntsman sniper as well. Finally making it to mid to have his say, running through arrows towards hominem. Pick up anything, unfortunately, great to see.
Definitely. Sage here opting to stay. Sage actually just switched to Sniper, so it will be a Xylife and Sage Sniper battle. And Samson does get taken down, and ult as well. So it is a trade there, and same with the other soldier. And never mind, as I say, Sniper Xylife is actually on the Huntsman. Very interesting looking Sniper. And does take down Sign in the process. Nice shot by him. And this Huntsman is working out quite well. We got this Hawkeye wannabe here doing some stuff, and looks like it. I don't know what is going on. Yeah, ult is questioning. That was interesting, but I think it looks like it's time, and comfortably we are going to see a map 3 on Sunshine, George.
Yeah, I mean, I think we could kind of see that one coming from the results of the first map there, and even early on in this map it was very stalemate. You could probably see that both teams were very equal.
Xylife farming on the Huntsman, they should definitely do this more.
Yeah, should have seen it from
nice
the regular
shot on the Sage. Yeah, but otherwise this is dead time. Xylife is just enjoying Huntsman, and it does get taken out in the end. Otherwise, we will be seeing map 3, ladies and gentlemen. We will be going to Sunshine as a result by ad hominem attack.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
Very
Blue wins finally.
Yeah, very dominant series.
Yeah, very. That map was very, very dominant from ad hominem. There were some mids it was over in half a second. The first point from Skaznik, that was obviously a very dominant round from them. But obviously ad hominem, their dominance was a lot more consistent.
Definitely.
And I would say even more dominant. So we're going to bring out logs now. We'll see what players in this match stood out.
I want to see the amount of damage Sayo did. I mean, not Sayo. Sayo and Signed, actually. Both of them did a lot of stuff on... A lot of damage on that map. And Signed with 8k damage. So it was pretty... Sayo does have 7,500 or so damage there. But it is pretty... You could say even. In a way.
It's also worth pointing out we have a newcomer to the top of the leaderboard, Sporks, with 26 frags and 6 deaths. That is the same amount of deaths as Keller does.
Massive performance by Sporks there. 6k damage. Sage with 7k right there. 23 kills, 16 deaths. And yeah, this is gonna be a really good series, like by looks of things. And another thing I just want to point out is the sniping as well. Sporks and Sage have been switching around. However, I think Red, they have like 3 of those players on Red were just switching between sniper. Well, if you don't want to include Xylife, who was screwing around, but 2 technically. So Sick Day and Ult are the 2 snipers on Red who are trying to challenge Sporks and Sage by the looks of things. And if just for the med stats curiosity, both meds did drop once, with 12 Ubers on Keller and 8 on Skaz. So those are your med statistics there. But otherwise, pretty good showing from ad hominem attack there, especially Sporks, 26-6. Yeah, very strong. I'm not sure what the logjam result was, but this is definitely a different ad hominem attack we're seeing.
Yeah, I mean, Sage and Signed were very much up the top, but Signed really, like, he didn't put, like, his performance definitely wasn't bad, but it was it had a lot of down points. He lost a lot of mids for ad hominem just because it was so... He would just get dropped early on, and ad hominem was just forced to run straight back out, and then obviously something would go wrong in the retreat from mid, and they'd end up losing the round or something like that. But yeah, he lost a good amount of mids just from dying very early on, whether it was to a market gardener combo or if it was to an enemy stickies. But yeah, you definitely need to sharpen that one up and make sure that that doesn't happen as often or again, because that could very easily be the downfall of ad hominem.
Sign, I definitely think, is more casual. He's been on and off for this game, I think. But recently he's been playing it a lot more, I have to say. But as we can see, Skaz have readied up, so we're just waiting on Samson and Co on ad hominem attack to be ready for the 3rd and final map of the series. Whoever wins this will proceed to the grand finals where they will face the first seed in Inter League of Super Evil.
And that's definitely going to be a match you'll want to watch, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be incredibly entertaining to see the top level of intermediate play against each other. So one of these teams are going to be one of the team that you see facing off. So what do you expect for this map, Sunshine?
Sunshine is it's an interesting map. Could be seeing the sniper more, maybe more sniping. That's always fun to watch. But I think definitely mids on this map are very important. Whoever can take control of that clock tower has control on what happens. You could kind of say that tower in the middle on Sunshine is very crucial, in my opinion.
Yeah, very much so. And funnily enough, even though it's difficult to push into last, we don't actually see as many stalemates just because that lobby area on last is so contested and it's so easy to deal with shitload of damage and take down the enemy team really quickly, or at least a player really, really quickly.
Definitely. And again, you know, we're just waiting for the teams to start ready up, obviously. But Sunshine, I have to say, is a even though it's one of the maps we play every now and then, oftenly, like most of the time, it is definitely a mixed review map. I wouldn't say it's a favorite for most players. Some people dislike it, some people like it. But in my opinion, it is very mixed regarding on if people enjoy it or not. But one thing we haven't seen much is backcapping, and I think Sunshine, well, process you could do it, but Sunshine I think is definitely doable actually. Lots you can hide and potentially go for a backcap if the opposing team isn't aware of where you're hiding or don't check their corners.
Just while waiting for everyone to ready up, feel free to follow CappingTV on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at GBJTweets, and I'm sure Ghost has a Twitter of his own that it.
I can't remember. Oh yeah, you can follow me on Twitter, GhostSteam24. I think that's what it is. I cannot remember. It's something along the lines of that. It's probably on Twitch. If you've been watching the stream at the start, I don't post anything on there, so don't expect much.
Still worth getting those numbers up anyway.
Yeah, you can add me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram. I'll just send you my deets later if you want to DM me. Yep, cool. Just waiting for the teams to ready up here, so...
Not sure what the reasoning for not readying up. Everyone seems to be pretty active right now, jumping around. All 12 players in the server, I mean.
Just having some fun, a bit of a casual banter between one another, you know, the usual, yep. What are we waiting on? Yeah, Sayo getting a little bit impatient there by the looks of things. He's wanting to get this game done. You know, it's Ah, so someone is clearly depositing the special package at the destination, being that gone to the toilet. I think that's what Keller is saying. Okay, never mind.
Sporks is watering his cat. Okay, that's understandable.
That's understandable. You know, you got to keep your animals nice and hydrated. It is really hot in Australia right now. Brisbane, 32 degrees or something today. Very hot. Very, very hot. But yeah, we're just waiting for Sporks. A cat is very important to him, obviously. I mean, if you want to talk about predictions, I'm actually going to say ad hominem attack. I think it looked more comfortable, even though Logjam was was an unfortunate. Was an unfortunate result. But I think ad hominem attack definitely have this map. And I'm actually going to say 4-2 scoreline.
The biggest thing for me is that Signed has been a really good demo so far. Although he's lost a few mids, he's been a really good demo overall. I think that's really going to make a huge difference on this map where the mid is so much closer and it's so much easier for him to lock down areas, spam enemies off, as well as our soldiers on the side of sskaz. I personally don't think aren't really up to par. Ultra's holding his own. Trick is getting frags where they are, and he's a consistent player, but I think ad hominem soldiers just outclass him in a lot of ways. And because this map is so heavy on soldiers and demos, I think they could take this pretty convincingly. I'm going to say something similar to yours, maybe just sskaz getting 1 point or maybe 2 at the max.
Another thing I want to point out is Sayo as well. He is a player who does get tilted easily, and definitely it's a thing. If your mentality does get flipped, it does affect your gameplay drastically, in my opinion. So it's curious to see if Sayo doesn't get tilted. I think it could be a great game for him. But if he does get tilted, then things could definitely get different. So we're gonna have to see what happens in that department, you could say.
If players in game complaining in the chat, they want to get this going. They want to make it into this finals. I mean, you got to find out really early on. It's definitely something you'd want to find out early if you're going to make it.
Yeah, it is 10:47 right now in Sydney, 9:47 in Brisbane, and 7:47 in WA right now.
And 12:47 AM in New Zealand. That's a fun time.
Yes, it's the next day in New Zealand already. So
it's the next day. Yeah, I already know what happened.
So what's the future? What's the future looking like right now, George?
Pretty good. Yeah, at hominem won. So
okay, Trump hasn't destroyed anything yet.
No, not yet.
That's good. That's a good start. Then I think 2 players have gone AFK for sskaz, or someone's decided to go AFK to do some sort of business. But yeah, it looks like everyone's just waiting to start video gaming. Everyone's eager to play video games. Samson's ready up at home and attack, hoping for sskaz and them to ready up.
Sal's just got to come back now so they can ready up. I do want to mention before we get into this, tomorrow at 2 PM, CappingTV will be cast the Toyota Masters CSGO tournament. It's going to have big teams like Renegades and other top CSGO teams for this sort of region. It's going to be up on CappingTV 1 and CappingTV 2. We're going to have 2 streams up so we can cover as many matches as we can. So feel free to tune into that tomorrow at around 2 o'clock. There'll be some good CSGO action if you're into something like into that game as well as TF2.
Heroic, Renegades, Tyloo, Vichy. I can't remember. A lot
Tyloo's
of big
a big
names.
One. Tyloo's a major team.
Yeah. You know, you got Renegades, you got the hometown Australian heroes if you want to cheer on some Australian teams, which now they are actually fully Australian with 1 Norwegian. And as I say that, we actually are starting this game now. George, do you want to take us into the first mid for the final map of the series?
Yeah, let's go. Come on, Sal's going to take us to mid now, and he's going to be the absolute total game changer. He's going to make a massive play and turn this mid on its head.
The control point
But he's not. Nothing's really happened yet. Players are just making it into mid, and no significant damage being done by either demo. Not really taking too much control of high ground now. Not much emphasis going in on that. Dad's going to pick up Sign Flare. Well, 3 players down, 4 ad hominem, only 2 lost, 4 sskaz, and actually Keller's going to go down as well on that mid, so that's pretty disastrous for ad hominem, and yeah, it's obviously going to be a pretty dominant victor over this first mid. Scout's coming back in to pick up the mid, but whether or not to get anything done, he's going to get taken out by a nice fight from Sal. That's nearly a wipe almost for sskaz. Now they've got to deal with the EG and the demo, but they've got that full Uber advantage, so if they're quick and they take advantage of what they've been given, they can definitely take this first round pretty convincingly.
Yeah, ad hominem attack already now on the defense with the Yella. That's useless, by the way, in game, for those who don't know. Yella onto the engineer now, opting to set up for the last sniper, actually going for a really aggressive play there, but however, the Uber does get popped on sskaz, and the sentry gun needs to get down, does get taken down in the process. However, sskaz do lose 2 in the process. This push doesn't look like it might be going according to plan. It's losing a lot of gamers there, actually. Push.
They lost everyone. Everyone that was out of the demo on the mid, and you're not going to lose them because that's your team that you push.
sskaz? Okay, sskaz was always going for a hero play onto the med there, but yeah, that was unexpected. I thought that push was going to go smoothly. You know, sentry gun went down, they got 1 pick. However, that finally turned out. Sskaz does get down there, so Uber is on Keller's side with full Uber ad. However, they are parking the bus for a little bit. However, able to get lobby control here with Sign peeking, getting some damage out onto Sick Day. However, again, it looks like it is just blue holding the lobby and just seeing what red does.
Yeah, so we're going to see the first stalemate of this map. He's got that over, so hopefully it'll be pushing out sooner rather than later. Uber's obviously going to be ticking out for sskaz as that happens. It looks like he's going to start walking forward. Right about now, he's trying to get some damage done before he needs to pop. He milked it for a little bit, now it's been popped. Sskaz is going to be the first target, obviously, and he will go down, so that's a great play from him.
Hold on a second, we're seeing actually backup. We're actually seeing a backup here. 2 players managed to get behind, and that's the first point going to sskaz there.
That was really good because sskaz got completely baited out by his team, and while the entire enemy Uber was focused on killing sskaz, he went underneath and kept the point. That was easy. Too many players for that cap watcher that handled. Yeah, it was just easy around for them.
200 IQ play, and I'm gonna keep an eye on signs for this mid here this time. Does cop an arrow to get beamed up, but how does get taken out really low and actually does fall really quickly. Keller did this process as well. That is with a really dominant mid, and hominem just needed to force out. Sign took a lot of damage there. He'd get taken out. I thought he'd fall damage. So yeah,
he's definitely been focused this entire game. I think sskaz caught on to the fact that he was a really good player after that first map, and even during it, and started focusing a lot more, and it's paying off. I think their mids really convincingly, at least so far, and definitely a little bit during process as well during the second map. They're actually going to contest second a little bit here. They're going to take down both scouts, and sskaz is actually caught out here. He gets the health back, and he's got no one to save him, however, and he will go down. But hominem take control of their second and should be able to walk straight onto mid. They've only got to deal with. Cap time wasn't completed on the second point as well.
It was a very dominant mid, but unfortunately that second push just couldn't display what they showed on mid, unfortunately. However, we are seeing Xylife opting to switch to sniper, see if he can get anything done, and I believe he is switching to the normal sniper by the looks of things. I'm going to assume so. Ult is up on the NG, and actually, as I say that, I think Xylife is going for hero player sniper, staying in forward spawns. I'm not sure if Blue are actually going to expect this here. He's just hoping for the timing to be right. He is. None of them are turning around. Yeah. Do it not see this? Do it.
They don't see it.
They don't see. He's being trapped. Keller has to see it. Yeah, Keller. Wait.
Sure. Oh no, he's been spotted now.
Not been spotted. Okay. For a second, Keller might have missed his bright unusual, but he's now snuck behind, and they're just going to send one scout behind probably to deal with him. I mean, he isn't going to do much. Besides,
crazy shot that we're looking for. He's definitely trying for it. But
he does get the hate. He does get the pack actually, and as I say that, he does get really close to it, and he does get taken down. And looks like sskaz here actually opting to push out to second. As I say that, they are backing out to the last, and another park the bus situation for sskaz. However, Keller and co do have Uber ad here, and they are probably going to roll with this on the left side, and does get popped out onto Sage. Sage does take a sail on the process there, and may catch off Trigger, doesn't actually catch him off. Sticky is getting put onto there, and Trigger does take down Sage in the process. As a result, Sign does go down there, and actually this push falls apart for at hominem. As I say that doesn't actually happen there. Sporks manages to recover, but however, he is quite hurt there. And
scared.
2 swords, and now they do have the Uber. However, as I say that, Sage is going to he is going for most likely either a pick onto the med, seeing that he did get 3 swords, or he's going for the point. Because look, it is really it is very close to being fully capped. And Xylife, that was close. Xylife nearly bumped into, and that spy. Oh, that's awkward.
Yeah, he's dead.
That's awkward.
That's unfortunate, but yeah, no, sskaz getting 3 swords. Oh, good for the. It's not really going to help them right now, but at least it let Adhon know that hey, this guy's got Uber, and you guys need to get your Uber up very quickly. I was going to hit 75, and we're going to have the spy player coming out again. I don't think they'll be expecting a second spy. He's uncloaked behind the med, he's walking up behind him, he's so tense, he gets to walk straight into my sick there, really good from him, walks, spots it, just jumps straight into his face, calls him out.
Really unlucky,
Time has been bought though, Keller has the Uber, both teams have Uber, and now they can hold on to their second with this Uber stalemate, unless sskaz don't realise what's going on. Uber exchanges happened here in Valley.
Yeah.
Sskaz are unable to get out of Valley, and now and hominem are going to be able to hold to the second point, and even then some, and they're going to take down Trigger on his exit. It's both soldiers down actually, so they're going to push in with this and completely kick Sskaz out of mid, and now they're going to retake mid and possibly even get us going on to second. So soldiers going straight all the way in. Control's been taken, it's been abandoned by Sskaz. And Skaz going to opt for this last hold, as Ubers are even again.
Definitely, and this is going to be another stalemate situation here. And unfortunately, Sage is he's having really bad luck on that spy. Well, the two obviously incidents that just happened there. But yeah, both teams just picking the bus, blue on second, red on last, grinding to get that Uber there. And Ubers, even without grinding, the Ubers are still pretty much even, so we're going to see, and this is a change. We're going to see Samson on the sniper, so it's just going to be interesting. Zala actually opting for the Huntsman still, and I probably understand why. The hitbox on the thing is retarded, and as I say that, never mind. It is actually going to be okay. I thought it was a Huntsman deal. It will be a normal sniper taking on a Huntsman here. Samson going in for a play on balcony by looks of things, and yeah, it looks like Alt is aware of Samson's sniper, does get a bit of damage onto Alt there. Zalife scoped up ready, or cock up ready with the bow to get something done with it. However, Samson opting for the passive approach there. Alt does get taken down to half HP there, falling under to get the pack, and does jump back up to lob. And again, it's just simple stalemate.
There is something I think people forget about the Huntsman, is when you've got a stalemate like this, and people are just exchanging spam, if you just fling an arrow and you hit an unhealed scout, that scout's dead.
Like, the hitbox on the thing is retarded.
Exactly. Like, you don't have to aim, you can just flick it at a door and then a scout will walk through and be dead and team the advantage really quick. Even a mid can't get an overheal. If you just click and fling an arrow and it hits it, if you aim it at the right level and then mid just happens to walk into it, which can happen incredibly easy. As you say that, Samson does go down and does switch back to Soldier. Zalife is still on the sniper, getting taken up to 30 HP. Skaz does pop the Uber actually, and both teams actually exchange here, so very interesting exchange. Skaz does come on top with that and does now have slight advantage. However, opting for the push, it does take out Zalife in the process. Skaz are 2 down in the process, and as a result of that, however, both Sign, Sage, and Spork does go down for ad hominem attack there, leaving Keller and Samson up, and they have to get back. Can't really fight this. Skaz does take a bit of damage there. However, he is fully safe and doesn't need to back away too much. And it's just Keller and then the Soldier backing away through Cafe. Yeah, it was a disastrous push for ad hominem there. You can see what they're trying to do. Rush in with that unexpected play, but man, it went pretty horribly. So now it's going to be the ones that have to aggress into mid. Ubers are going to be even. Both teams just reaching even now. And as we watch, it's just a stalemate. One team can get a good bomb off, and Alt looks like the man. He would be the one to do that. It's not in the flank right now, but this map's really good. Samson just exemplified really good for just getting in really quickly and trying to go for a bomb. Uber's actually forced right now as well by Alt. Sick there will pick up Alphanoid. So now Keller completely wastes his Uber. Skaz is going to be the one to come in next. They've dropped 2 players, but they can definitely take this mid with that Uber advantage. They're going to pick up Sage and Sports. It's both scouts down. Uber's been popped. It's now finished. So now ad hominem going to be one second, and Skaz not going to be aggressing on a second.
Definitely. That force by Alt on Keller was really good. Keller, he could have not popped potentially. It was a gamble, but I mean, he played safe and popped. I mean, that's if you do go down below, in my opinion, 50 or 40. If you do go for below 60, you should probably pop. As I say that, Keller does get taken down really heavily, but does get the pack in the process. Blue able to hold the second here, and as I say that, a lot of damage and cleanup has happened, and as a result, lose half a team, just leaving Skaz now, as I say that, now Alt up, and Keller now just has full Uber, and then Alt will get taken down there as a process, and that's just a full wipe.
These teams can just not put together a non-disastrous push.
Definitely.
Both teams losing so many players when they pushes now. They really just shouldn't. I know it leads to stalemates, but I mean, that's just simply disastrous. There's nothing else you can say. And now they're on last with the Inji and the sniper.
I just want to point something outside of watching forward spawn. Definitely a good thing to do. He'll obviously worried that Salaf might do that plague, and as I say that, Uber does get popped on now, and it needs to focus the sentry, which does get taken down. No, does get changed off, my bad. And Image and hominem should have last point. Skaz can't do much, try and go for a play, and that's the first round to hominem attack. Took a while, but we got there in the end.
He announced 1-1, 17 minutes left in the map. Just over half the amount of time allocated, just for 2 rounds. So this is definitely a parallel to what we saw in Process, which is an incredibly quick round. Some of them taking just a few minutes. We got 3 rounds in the space of 6 minutes, and now we've only got 2 rounds in the space of nearly 15. So this mid-fight's going to happen. Maybe it'll lead to a bit of a faster round overall. Alpha is going to get out really early on. No team's really achieving too much right now. Trick is Samson going down. Teams just trading damage and trading players. Both teams losing 2 players respectively. This mid-fight is still going on.
Ult just walks out of Valley there, just out of nowhere. She's going to be jumped there. Keller actually really hurt there. Does get taken down by a rocket there. Signed also really hurt. Two of these players are really hurt there. They could possibly fight this. However, they are opting to play it safe and just back out, regroup with their med. They do have full Uber. They can play this the pace they want as a result due to Keller being taken down. Sign is really hurt though, and he will probably most likely just get the pack in Cafe, which he's, and looks like he will wait for the med by the things. And Zarlife does get taken down. They're being exchanged between Samson and Zarlife there. And Uber is called out on Skaz. Skaz getting taken down to 60 or so HP there. Oh, thought he had an escape plan, whipped out a shovel instead. That's not an escape plan. Going for some nice rocket jumps there by Ult. And yeah.
And on the pushback with second now as well. With that full Uber advantage by Skaznik, the rest, or at least the second push, should be pretty easy for them. And hominem should be able to be out pretty okay and unscathed.
Talking about Uber ad as well, it is getting close to even actually. Keller nearly reaching 100 there, 90 now. So no longer Skaz do have that Uber ad. As I say that, Uber does get popped in Valley. However, Keller does also use his to save gamers. And back out of this there, Uber's onto pretty... Yeah, as I say that...
They're going to wipe again.
Okay.
They wiped again.
Yep, that was clean-up crew.
Very much. Jesus, they wiped again in another round. That's especially when they had such a huge advantage. It was Sick Day sitting in the spawn room with the sniper. He's been spotted early on, so I doubt he'll be able to get too much done. 3 players respawning now for Scat. They do have a spy.
Is Ult doing the classic spy check everything, or is he going for
He's going spy, he's fully in there, going spy, sitting at mid. He's been spotted out really early on though. He's not going to get anything.
I don't know how he got spotted. It was probably a bump, or probably just skeptical. I don't know.
Something about that. Really frustrating. We didn't even get a chance to any team, let alone get a backstab. So now, Scare's going to be on the last hole. They do have pretty significant... Oh wow, Sal getting a massive trap, taking down Sign and Sage. That's going to nullify this push by hominem. They had full Uber advantage, but now Skaz is going to have his chance to get his Uber. The Uber's been forced out by Keller. He bombed there on Cafe. He's going to have to get out, regroup with the rest of his team, whatever's left. Now Skaz back in place with the advantage. Sage is up on that sniper. Whether or not he'll actually do anything with it is another question.
Oh, he tried going for it there. Skaz was right in the open, possibly. And Sage taking a nice shot into Sick Day there. Ult does go down in the process. Skaz do lose 2 players here, however, it looks like hominem actually capitalizing off this, and Skaz may have to. Skaz does use here. He needs to save his gamers there. Does save Demo and Soldier there. So really good effort by him. Sail on 1 HP. He is, oh my, he has the biggest balls Oh my god, that was very risky.
Now Keller has that massive Uber advantage, but he's got no players with him right now, and Skaz just going to roll straight on in here. He needs to get out and make sure that he's safe, because he's only got a sniper with him right now. And yeah, he's going to be able to hold last, at least get back to last until his team respawns, and he can push out with that Uber advantage and retake his second point, maybe even before Az captures that second point. But Samson's going to go down on the flank, so that's definitely not going to help things. Is now Ult stuck beneath the point, gets spotted out, they know what's going on, he gets headshot by Sage, great shot from him. Now that 2-kill streak, and now we see Saz building.
Yeah, Ubers are going to equalise, however, keep in mind, so it'll be interesting to see. Oh, okay, as I say that. Now the Uber's been popped on to ad hominem attack there. Skaz are backing out with their full Uber ad, and I think Skaz definitely going to just back into this.
I mean, it would make absolute sense if they have no reason to fall back any further with that massive Uber advantage that they've got now. And yeah, they're going to clean second point. They've lost 2 players, but they should be able to finish off the cap at least and maybe even pick up a few more. sskaz going to go down as one of those 2 players. But now ad hominem are regressing onto the point. They didn't cap fast enough. They didn't get enough done in terms of frags with that Uber, and they lost too many players, and now they're going to have to go mid as well, and ad hominem are going to benefit more from that Uber push than Az did.
Yeah, definitely. Skaz they're just waiting for spawners now, and I think they definitely can hold second here for Skaz, which they are planning to do. However, Keller does have the Uber, and looks like the whole crew are going to roll through Valley here. They only appear most likely, hopefully, unless they do get forced, obviously. And Uber does get popped into lobby here, so going for a really aggressive play. Even they catch the med. The med is catchable, does get taken down. Nice pipe there by Sign there, and the Scout as well does get taken down by Sage. However, both Sign and Samson do go taken down the process. However, that second point still hasn't been capped because of ult delaying. However, that is a wipe, and they probably could just leave once. Yes. Delphinoid is running to last to start the cap. However, they probably could have left a scout most likely on there. However, they can't do anything about it now. Spawners are up for Skaz, and now it's just simply wait for Uber and probably roll in.
Yeah, big mistake in not leaving that scout there. It's going to extend it a little bit more, and it's going to add a lot of risk because now, well, the heavies actually spawn off, so they don't have that health, which the Uber would have to focus. That might not be the best of choices, but they're trying to build too. The Uber advantage is going to slowly fade away, but Bud really needs to get in a position here where his team can move in very quickly because they've got it now. But Skaz, oh, there they go, they've used it in through under, they're going straight onto Skaz, they know what they need to do, they're also getting cap time at the same time. There's no one on the point right now for either team, and the Scouts are going to walk on after cleaning on so many kills, and it's going to make 2-1 on them taking the lead.
Definitely. Very messy, you could say, for both pushing attempts on that specific round. So
every single push so far has been very messy. We haven't seen a clean and succinct one yet.
As I say that, Sayo actually has got to mid really quickly. However, he is getting tagged down or asking for an arrow. Finally does receive the package. And now it's a bit of a demo fight on mid here. Does get juggled up in the air. Does take down to 40. As I say that, nice shot there by the soldier onto Zigday there, and this is just falling apart for Az, with just Trigger and Skaz left alive. Skaz does get taken down in the process by Samson there, and Samson does take out Trigger. Shoot well. He's pulled a run into Cafe, probably going to get the pack. Maybe he does get the pack, and yeah, Sporks is just going for the chase, see if he can finish him off. And Zarlife is still alive at 11 HP. The balls on that man. He's pulled a Usain Bolt, tell you that. So
now we've got NG, we've got the heavy for Skaz. Wait, no, my heart is wrong, I think. Is that correct?
That is correct. Zarlife and Ult are playing the off-class gamers. Yes,
Level 3 Centuries up already as well.
Ult in a interesting spot for heavy. Yeah. They don't actually spot this. That nice trap there by Sayo there, and now the heavy does come out. This is a surprise to him there. Demo does go down.
Very good from there. He got right up behind the demo and shut them down entirely, and now that push is just gone. It's wiped off. It never even happened. Might even get a wipe, but yes, they will.
Yeah, they will.
Wipe for about half a second as a player respawns.
Delphinoid does just spawn, and
he's just, waiting for his gamers to spawn. Can't do much about that, but yeah, that was a really good play by Alt. And just
It's a Tommy slot.
Just under 8 minutes, just 8 minutes left to go for this game here.
And such a close scoreline too. The time isn't really even something they have to worry about right now. I don't think the score's going to get much higher than this.
No,
sskaz really need a good serve from sskaz making it to belly. sskaz, their team are going to take mid control. And hominem stuck back on their own second now. I'm going to start thinking about holding the line because the Uber advantage, well, not big, it's definitely there for sskaz. He gets hit down to 50 HP, nearly going down there, but sskaz have made their way into second now, dealing a lot of damage on both sides, but they're going to take control of it regardless. And sskaz hitting 85% right now. Keller not too far behind, damage still being exchanged here. Second's been capped, so sskaz can either move in really quick and focus on Keller, or they can just wait for the Uber advantage, Uber stalemate, and that looks like what's going to happen here, although they are trying to go in fast through under. They've been spotted out, but now they've realised we should do this. Uber advantage is not in our favour any longer, and once again we have Sage up on Sniper, and the NG has come out as well.
Spork's going to NG, yes, trying to get that sentry up to do something when the push does come through, hopefully. Otherwise, we don't really see any many pick classes. It's really stalemate now. So at hominem, I mean, this is kind of good for them. You could say, it is 2-1. sskaz can possibly pick around, however, they are wasting a lot of time. So this is, in a way, good for ad hominem and attack when it comes to these stalemates, because they obviously do have the lead. However, as I say that, does get taken down. Looks most likely trying to go for a sack, and a sentry definitely did deny him. Probably got unexpected, and Alt could potentially be switching. As I said, Samson also gets taken down there, so a bit of an exchange. Well, I'm not sure if we're going to stay on the soldier. He's going for off class, and he does go for the sniper, as I say that. So it's going to be interesting to see what he can do, and he needs to take down that med. Definitely is his main priority, so they can stop wasting time, because there is only roughly 5 minutes or so left now in this game, and he is going to play from this upper lobby position. But it looks like it's going to peek top right, probably to focus a sentry. He actually can't see that sentry by looks things, and does get spammed out a little bit, so he does have to force out to lower lobby in the left here, and he's trying to go for these quick plays. And I say that Sign actually does get taken down by some spam, and Keller in the open there, and Point there getting some touch time. Surviving on 1 HP, very close, and yeah, it looks like it's just hope for that pick that Alt can get, and then giving the red chance to push in.
Yeah, the Uber's going to be even once again. Look at all that damage that's occurring right now, and Sal's going to get picked up by that. So much damage, like I said, in that lobby, you can do so much damage so quickly because players get so clumped up in there. They're going to lose a player because of it. But the push isn't going to happen for either team for at least a while now. There's no significant pick happening as a result of that old sniper. You don't have a return pick class from ad hominem. They're just setting up with that sentry, like you said, parking the bus.
I mean, they could legit honestly bus for 4 minutes if they really wanted to, considering they do have the lead.
Definitely, and there's no reason to give up this lead over 4 minutes. It's a really short amount of time.
Yeah, sskaz has to make a move. sskaz has to make a move, and Alt here does get taken down by the simple W plus M1 by Sage there, and can't really get the exchange on their sick. They just wasn't in a position to possibly get the exchange on the Sage, so they can equalize it being 1-1, both teams losing one player. sskaz, they need to make a move. They are losing time, and Samson opting to go to the spy, I assume it's just to check what possible off classes there could be, or potential tricks like a crit to crit maybe. We haven't seen that yet.
No, we haven't seen any crits this entire time, even though we've seen some pretty strong stalemates. But that being said, the stalemates have been with Uber, so I don't think Mid have actually even had a chance to switch to anything like crit to crit. The real game changers have to be through these off classes. Should really be seeing from both teams. I mean, Alt needs to step up his game, or someone else needs to take the reins as sniper, because it's just not opening up anything for them now. Time's ticking away. They've only got 3 minutes now, and that's only to equalise. They still need to squeeze out another round after they equalise it.
Zarlak just went down there. I was going to switch, but he is staying on the scout. and they're wasting a lot of time. Just about to hit 2 minutes and a bit. 2 minutes and a couple seconds. So a lot of time has gone by. So I think this potentially could just be Blue just simply sitting on last, not doing anything. I'm just gonna say it could be. And as I said, Alt's actually got the backpack out now, and looks like the move is and Trigger. Oh my god, that denial by the sentry gun, really good placement there. And the Uber actually can't do much, and Trigger has to back out as a result. That sentry placement really strong. Conch is also popped now, see if we get anything done with it. However, they can't get anything. Oh, tries to push it again, has to back out. Sick Day over there taking a duel with the scout. Should get taken down, does get taken down. At the same time, Age also gets dropped, and both teams do lose one player as a result of that exchange.
To add hominem here and be able to buy themselves enough time to effectively win this map for now, unless sskaz are able to pull off something amazing, which it looks like they are. They've picked up, there's 3 players left, and they have 5 for themselves. The Uber has been popped. Once that's gone, there's only 4 players left for them to defeat. Got their meta cup too. They could actually pull this off somehow, but no, it looks like they're getting completely shut out. The Uber's finally popped now and be able to walk straight in as long as they can clean up this last player and get the points, get the players on the cap. 1 minute 46. They can easily turn this into a non-golden cap point if they win.
They need to be quick. They need to be very quick. They waste a lot of time. Well, they waste a lot of time just simply parking the bus on last. At hominem attack, but I mean, they could have potentially just literally wasted a clock down to 0, and they could have taken the map.
So yeah, we're probably going to see some very aggressive behaviour here out of sskaz, unless they want to play it safe and just opt for the golden cap option. It could go either way, really. But not off to a good start. They've already dropped a player, but at the same time they've dropped 3 players from ad hominem. Not including the mid, unfortunately, but yeah, they're going to win that mid pretty well. They need to get their players onto second as quickly as possible, leave a scout behind the cap and get going, because you've only got 1 minute left.
Just under 1 minute now, actually, so they need to... This has to be a speed run. They could possibly try to go for a hero play or some shot, but I'm assuming they're going to rush it. I think that... I don't know if they're going to consider it is even. They could possibly park it for a little bit, but there is only... just under 40 seconds left. As a result, I said Delvino does get out. So yes, it is a quick play. Uber does get both sides here at hominem attack, trying to use it defensively. They need to hold on to this point for as long as they can. As I say that, this push by System, hasn't it? Oh, it is actually...
It's working.
Really close. It is really close. Sayo is really hurt.
Keller saved
Sick Day. Like, he can't make it in time.
Keller absolutely saved that.
As I say that, Sick Day is pull the runner. Sick Day's pulled the runner. He's running. See if he can touch that point. He's running. Yeah, okay,
there's no chance. That Uber saw was incredible.
That was what they needed, and that was close. And we will be seeing a golden cap on the final map of the series. So this is a very back and forth series.
Overall, yeah.
I have to say, 4-2. This isn't a 4-2 scoreline.
No, not at all. What we saw on last map is completely different to what we're seeing now. This has been, and on the first map as well, I guess it matches Logjam in that respect. We're going to see golden cap for the 2nd time in the same series. It's working up to be a very exciting semi-finals, and hopefully that'll lead to a high quality grand finals as well. So we're going to bring up logs now. We'll see what the standout, or who the standout players were. You can already see it. Sage, 38 kills.
38,
next highest
nearly
is 20.
Nearly a 40 bomb, but and then you look at Signed, 10,000 damage on the demo, and then you look at Sayo with only 8,000 or so damage, nearly, or just under 8,000, you could say. But again, the standout player for me has to be Sage, that nearly a 40 bomb, in fact. So,
and also worth highlighting the consistency of both mids. Neither mid got dropped that entire time. Although Keller got a pretty good amount more Ubers. He got 4 more Ubers and as well as no drops whatsoever. But yeah, Sage doing incredibly well, going huge for his team. Other than that, most of the other performances seem pretty regular. No one else. Sage is definitely going to be a standout player for this map. Sign was going to join him, but this map has kind of been his downfall, and as well as part of process. So unfortunately not doing as well as he was, as we saw at the start and throughout most of Logjam. Process and this map haven't been going so well for him, but Sage has been consistently great throughout all of them on both Sniper and Scout.
Definitely, and you can definitely see Sage. He's definitely picked up his pace. I mean, Logjam was I think a normal performance for him. But then the second map, he definitely picked up alongside Sporks as well. You can't discount him. He definitely had a really good game. He 26 and 6, I think it was. From Process, George.
26
yeah,
and 6.
26 and 6. But I think definitely Sporks and Sage. It's one of those two. Definitely an MVP, or would kind of say. Very strong.
A better way to put it into perspective is that Spork's got the same amount of deaths as his medic. And his medic didn't die a lot, and as well as getting 26 kills. But anyway, golden cap for the final map of the semi-finals. This is Intermediate Semi-finals for Season 23. This is the third and final map, the final round to decide who will go and face the top seed for Intermediate as we come into this first mid now. Once again, pretty regular mid. High ground slowly going to be taking control of. First high ground player is going to be from Skaz. It's going to be Tricker jumping up top. No picks just yet. It's been quite a while.
Samson just got leaded. Just then.
It's
your first pick.
Right, Ed Holman actually get pushed straight out. Both teams losing the same amount of players, but Ed Holman are just going to walk straight out. They do lose their scout just towards the end there. He's trying to go for something, but both teams losing an equal amount of players, and Ed Holman backed out really early on. They don't want to give this up whatsoever. So Uber's going to be even for the second hold for them. Scares are going to be trying to open up something for them.
Yeah, definitely. So now, and Holman attack can just simply hold on second, which they are opting to do. Skaz now just need to figure out what to do. Sayo here just spamming some pipes over the barrier so you can get any sort of spam damage onto someone. However, it looks like it is pretty just stalemate. Both teams just holding, seeing what moves will happen next. I haven't seen a sack yet, potentially. Yeah, Alt's wanting them to push in chat, wanting them to push. This is getting really how to say it long. It's nearly 11:30 Sydney time actually, so he wants it to end by the looks of things.
I think everyone would want that.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's probably a factor in what these teams do in terms of pushing is getting this match done, because it's been going on for a very long time now. And it's what you want to see for a semi-final. It's seeing evidence of balanced match, a balanced league in Intermediate, because it doesn't always happen that you see really good evidence of a balanced league. This is definitely an exemplary case of that happening.
As I say that, Alt's actually going in for some sort of sack play, but it actually doesn't work out too well. Samson does not. Sporks and Sage do nullify. However, Sporks does get taken out in the process, so it is a 1-for-1 exchange. Never mind, Samson also goes down, and the Uber does get popped on Skaz and Valley. Keller does save Sign there just in time. It looks like both Ubers do things similar at the same time, and at Hominem attack opting to push through Valley here, and Skaz and Co have to back out. They cannot contest this, and that was a really interesting in Valley. But however, I mean, if it worked out for at Hominem attack, then it worked out, I guess.
Yeah, it really did. I think they just saw an advantage that could have been taken in Valley, and they really just went for it. Yeah, like you said, it worked out really well for them. Now they're aggressing onto second, and that's after giving up mid really easily. Now taking it back, playing a bit of a long game. So now both teams should be building Uber now. Uber's will be advantaged, no advantage either way. So players getting ready. This is a golden cap, so players aren't really that aggressive to get that keen to get super. Sorry. Getting late, 1:30 AM, can't speak properly.
I just want to talk about something. Yeah, well, you can't speak properly. Definitely, these players, fatigue is definitely settling in. Just want to point it out. So some players definitely, I have a feeling, might be losing concentration in this game.
Yeah, you play a game for 2 hours, and it's not like just sitting at home, drinking a Coke and playing Skyrim. It's hard out, thinking, you communicate the entire time, always moving your hand, not sitting still doing anything. It definitely would wear down when you're after a long amount of time. A flank attempt is made by Ed Hominem, but they're not going to get anything done.
As I say that,
the spy.
I just saw that.
Alt spy, where is he right now? He's sneaking in through Cafe. Might get something done here. He's in a very good spot. He's got this. He's far away enough to silently decloak. He's behind Keller right now. Keller's got no one to support him. He he got spotted, but he misses the backstab. Just slightly mistimes it. He'll get picked up by Delphinoid.
Same time, an exchange happens as well. So Samson does go down. That's just unlucky timing wise. Really unfortunate. I think Alt might be going for another. I think he might be switching back to Soldier. I'm not sure. Could be seeing a sniper now, maybe?
We do need to see something from either one of these.
Okay, yeah, let's go back to Soldier.
You can really tell that no team wants to risk anything right now, but at the same time, they've got 8 minutes. They can't park the bus the entire time. Someone has to get a cap. I'm not sure how it works if no cap is scored. I'm not sure if we go into another golden cap or what.
No, I do not see a time limit. You have to play till someone wins by looks of things.
Ah, okay. That's fair enough. I'll tabbing down again.
Okay. He wants to off-class, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he's either go for a very ballsy bomb.
I also have a feeling Alt is getting really bored. He definitely looks like he's fatigued, I don't know.
Some of the actions. And Hominem's walked straight in actually. They're taking a lot of ground completely uncontested.
There, here we go. Demo does get dropped actually as a result. Keller, missed timing and Skaz with 4 HP pop. Very, very lucky that he popped in time. And this push actually has just failed for ad hominem, and this is actually what Skaz might need. They need to yes, this is definitely what they need. Scout cap mid, whole team just push forward. That looks like that is the plan. Just waiting for the scout there to escort Skaz up to point, and they do have full Ubad here.
Yeah, this is walking for
Sage is now on sniper as well.
Yeah, sniper and NG as well. Yeah, that sentry's going to be in the exact same spot, like you said when it was used last. A very effective place to use it. And hominem really for them. They spotted the opportunity, like it's similar to what they saw in Valley. They saw an opportunity to go and they took a lot of ground without being contested. But once they actually got a chance to start fighting, they got a little bit slapped in the face. Sage going to go down. He's not getting anything done with that spawn at least. And we're just going to wait for Skaz to walk in with the Uber, which is what they're going to do right now. They've got that sentry to worry about, but the Uber's going to be there to assist really greatly with that. Engineer's nowhere near it, so it's going to go down pretty early on. They've got point control, but 2 players drop jet. This is the demo. 2 players are going to drop, and they're just going to walk straight on the point. No one's anywhere near it to help them out, so that's going to be ad hominem winning this semi-finals through Golden Cap.
You mean
taking
Skaz?
Skaz, sorry. It's 1-8-38. Skaz are going to win this semi-final through a Golden Cap.
Skaz do take that semi-final very, very close, I have to say, and I believe we aren't doing interviews from memory.
No, we aren't doing interviews.
I do not why I see the alt man in the mumble for some reason, expecting interviews maybe.
I think he's just looking to get a little bit gloaty. Maybe say something to the people that didn't exactly win like they did.
But overall, a really good series, and Skaz taking it 2-1. So otherwise, I have to say this was a really back and forth series. Took longer than expected.
Yeah, it was really back and forth. We saw a really dominant performance by ad hominem, and it's confusing that they were so dominant over Skaz during our process, even when they lost their demo so early on. But then on the logjam and this map, it's so back and forth. Like I said, very stalemate. So even. But process was such a dominant performance.
Definitely. And again, like, I don't know. Are we going to look at logs, George, for Golden Cap, or do you want to ignore
Golden Cap isn't really necessary.
Okay,
we'll wrap this one up. That's the end of the stream, ladies and gentlemen. You've just watched Skaz versus ad hominem attack here. ozfortress.
Just 2 seconds. Are we doing shoutouts? Okay. George, you want to go first?
I have absolutely none. If you're looking for CS:GO content, check here at 2 PM tomorrow.
All right, I'll give shoutouts. Shoutouts to Left for organizing. Shout out to George for last minute stepping into cast. Shout out to both teams for playing this really good match. Shout out to the ozfortress admins for adminning this season. Good luck to Skaz and League of Super Evil in the grand final. Should be a really exciting match that you can see on CappingTV. And also shout out to the Cut for Essence guys. I honestly think they definitely improved in Prem. Not many people saw them as a big threat, in my opinion, but they've definitely showed up, and they did seed 5th. Unfortunately, just missing out on that playoff spot. Really, really unlucky.
Shout out to Silverdox, Atin, Muramu, Ivan, Essence, Shupa, Greenyo, and Mac, and Don. But otherwise, I think those are all my shoutouts, George, and I think you can close out the stream.
Alright guys, you've been watching CappingTV casting ozfortress Season 23 Intermediate Semifinals, sorry. That was sskaz versus Ad Hominem Attack, with sskaz being the victor after a 3-map long series through Golden Cap. I have been GBJ. You can follow me on Twitter, be on screen, or it would have been at some point. You can follow Ghost as well. From me, Ghost, and Left, good night.
Add me on Facebook.
Inside the book that I wrote, all the words that we spoke, yeah.